Well, it looks like we might be having a little bit of trouble going live over on Twitter today. I'm not really sure what's going on, but hopefully you guys can see me over on YouTube. I am going to take a really quick look just to make sure. Don't see any commenters here right now. Let me go take a look really quick over on YouTube to make sure that we are live. Just give me 1 second, guys. I am attorney Michael Eline, by the way. I am an attorney licensed in Texas and California, and I primarily do personal injury law and stuff like that. And I'm just checking really quick to make sure that I'm live. It looks like I am. So I'm looking at myself right now on YouTube, and it looks like I'm good to go. So, hey, what's going on, Jeff? You don't see anything? Let's make sure. I'm going to make sure you guys see stuff and make sure that I'm lying. It looks like I am. So all right. I just want to make sure you guys can see me. We're going to have a pretty fun show today. Look, what's going on over in Britain really gave us an opportunity to see that what's happening here in America is being orchestrated globally. The whole flooding of your country with people that are foreign to you and your way of life, and who try to force their culture onto yours, and not abide by your cultural norms, is something that's happening across Europe as well as the United States. And it's happening with certain political parties, and they're being paid off by these organizations like the World Economic Forum, for example, and these big billion-dollar corporations like BlackRock with their Bud Light push and all these different cultural things that a lot of Americans, frankly, think are like satanic and evil. That's what I'm hearing. So we're going to do this really cool. Hey, what's going on, ARE guy, Jeff, Chad Crum, and I'm really, really grateful that you guys showed up today. So what I'm going to do really quick is just kick off my show, give you my little dealy bob here, and then we're going to get into how it looks like there is an orchestrated effort to suppress true information, and probably how X sort of set back this globalist movement by probably 100 years. What Elon did by denying these people their once almost 100% stranglehold on information. And now you see these governments scrambling, especially in the UK, where they're just like a tinderbox. They refuse to disclose whether or not the attackers with these knives that are killing all the little kids are immigrants now. They won't say, if they're Muslims. They're terrified. The local populace is already mad because the government is arresting the local populace for complaining about it. And so now Ireland has sort of been fighting back, and they want to, basically, if people are going to come into their country, they want them to work, pay their own way, and adjust to the culture that they're coming into instead of bringing their own culture with them. Go figure. Amazing, right? And so we see also that's happening in Denmark. And we see now Russia is trying to flood, especially Muslims, into Poland because they know it will destabilize their country, just like it has destabilized the UK and Ireland. So you see, it's almost like this is really weird. Maybe the Russian thing is the other side. Maybe it's the other side. The ones accusing you of Russian disinformation, maybe they're the ones being controlled by the Russians, destabilizing their own country. So really quick, we're going to kick it off, and then we'll get into some really cool, beautiful bean footage. To another edition of Ask Michael Eline. This is where I teach people the law in an unorthodox manner by using examples that we see in the news, case law briefs, but it's all about exposing the Leviathan and its instrumentalities and taking back your rights. Know the law and mean to keep it well. Come here to learn from an expert to know your right. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to save, because we never know when the thought police are going to take down this channel. And we never know when the thought police are going to take down this channel. You would have never imagined that you would hear some guy over in the UK saying he's going to come after keyboard warriors in the USA for talking about all the violence and frankly, the way the United Kingdom has abandoned their own people that have had culture and bloodlines in that land for thousands of years, how the locals are now complaining. Those people are complaining that their own government has turned the tables on them. And so I wanted to get into suppression of information and how law enforcement is being used on a global scale to suppress true information. And it seems to be almost orchestrated. And that could explain why the blatant disregard, especially in the United States, for First Amendment auditors and people who support the Second Amendment, people who, buy Bibles, they've all been targeted now by our FBI. We know that from a March 4th report from Congress, that Christians, people who believe in legal immigration, people who buy Bibles, people who shop at Dick's Sporting Goods and Cabela's, there's a public-private partnership between the FBI and this other private organization where the FBI can circumvent now the Fourth Amendment and they try to collect this metadata. So if you've got metadata in your purchases about a firearm or about immigration that goes against what the current administration is doing by flooding our southern border with over 20 million people, we think. We're not sure, right? Nobody really knows. If you talk bad about that, you're put on a list of potential domestic violent extremists. So we see that law enforcement is being trained that anybody who does these things is an enemy of the state. And we see also how anybody who stands up for their local traditions, their local cultures, are automatically classified as right-wing extremists. And you'll see that if you try to do any kind of a search on Google or Bing or any of these, globalist controlled search engine platforms, it'll always have to do with right-wing this, right-wing that. It won't just be that they're just local people who are upset and they're complaining that there's all these people coming into the country who have a different religion or different culture, and they're attacking the local people, especially the kids, in much higher numbers than it used to be before they were there. And so the people that have lived there for years are upset about it. And so now we're looking at the suppression of information. And because of Twitter, we're seeing a lot of the information coming out. And any public enemy number one for all of these different people, is Elon Musk. So the UK chief, he wants to go after Elon and have him extradited, it looks like, right? And you see all, the whole British Parliament, they get paid off by these globalists, right? All these rich politicians, they get paid off. They go to these Davos, fly their Learjets over to Davos and, sell your family out for you, right? Basically, decide your future for you, what you're going to take in your arm and all that. So all those guys are saying, we got to get Musk, we got to get him. And so we're going to get into some of the crazy stuff that's going on over there and how we have like this woke police force now in the UK as well. And so one of the first videos that I want to share with you is hopefully going to make you laugh a little bit. Now, I think this is a guy. I mean, he looks like a guy, talks like a guy. He looks like he's wearing makeup. I'm not sure. But this looks like a British policeman. And he looks really tall. And let's hear what he has to say. And let me know what you think.
It's my belief that it's a lawful search, and for that purpose.
Okay, can I ask for hang on. Can I ask for a neutral gender officer to search me?
Would you prefer to be searched by myself?
I need a neutral gender.
A neutral gender?
Yeah.
What do you mean by
neutral?
What do you mean neutral?
Neutral gender.
What do you mean by neutral?
That's what I mean.
Don't say you don't know. So if you're the one requesting that,
I'm requesting a neutral gender officer to search me.
Okay, what do
You don't know what that means?
What do you mean by that?
So you're going to carry on with this search, okay?
You got anything on you that you should?
So you're not going to provide me with a neutral gender officer?
You've not once explained what you mean by that statement, okay?
You've been offered a female officer and you've been offered a male officer to search you. So you've not said either way. You've said
I need a gender neutral officer.
We don't have gender neutral officer here.
Have you got anything on you that you shouldn't have? Have you got anything on you that's going to hurt himself or yourself during the search? Anything sharp? No, that's fine. Just put your arm on for me.
A dog consent for the search, by the way.
You don't have to consent, okay?
Just, she's touching my ass now.
She is.
In the back
Right.
I asked for gender neutral. I have a reason for that.
Okay, right.
Yes.
We haven't got any gender neutral. So we've got a male.
Well,
and a
she's
female
touching
officer.
my ass.
Right. She's not touching your hands.
Yes. Don't touch my ass, man.
She's using the approved technique of using the back of her hand.
No, she's touching my ass.
Okay, if you'd like to put a complaint in, you can do it on 101. However,
This
the
is
search
funny.
is lawful and it's being done properly.
Well, but she's touched my balls now.
She's not. Her hands are nowhere near.
She did.
Nowhere near.
They're my balls, you know. Done with your rubbish. I actually stood here for 10 minutes
Hello is for suckers, right?
Why you touching my ass? I can shout as much as I like.
No, you can't. If it causes harassment,
Who's harassed? Who's a land? I am a land right now. Yeah, I do want that.
All right. So I guess you can do like cavity searches right on the side of the road over there in the UK. But so the UK has a pretty woke police force, as you can see, and they're all in for the new, open censorship community. Silence anyone who goes against the official narrative, because that's hate speech and that's evil, and that's what's going on over there, guys, basically. So now, as you guys know, there was a big blowout a couple of days ago. A son of some Rwandan immigrants in an area where I guess over 1,400 attacks by actual, I guess, immigrants from an immigration center, I guess attacked 10 people and killed 3. And there were riots as a result of that. And then later on, the BBC came out with a fabricated story that a Twitter post by a white racist woman is what started that, and that he really was a Christian, the guy who caused the attack, and he was really a UK citizen. But the locals are saying it doesn't really matter. He's second generation Rwandan, and we don't care what his religion is. It's his culture. That's the problem they have, is that people aren't assimilating to the local culture. They're really upset about it. Like, they're coming into the UK and they're just not assimilating. They're making it like how it was from the countries they escaped. And so the locals are upset about it, and they're tired of being called racist and bigoted for wanting people to conform to their culture. And so they're rioting. And at least that's what I'm hearing from my friends who live over there. So I just thought I would sort of share that with you. And this is what they're upset about. So if you can see this image right here, this is what they face in London now. It's like this. So it says UK needs Islam, all this stuff. And this is not, this is just normal stuff that you will see over there. I'm assuming these are women, and a lot of the locals don't like it. They're upset about it, and they don't understand why people won't conform to their culture. And these people are saying that we don't have to conform to your culture. And then the locals are coming back and saying, well, this just happened. These 3 girls died, and there were a bunch of other ones stabbed. And then, the news comes back and says, well, they weren't, the guy that killed these 3 kids wasn't really Muslim, so it doesn't matter. It's disinformation, and you're responsible for the riots. And they're just ignoring like the 1,400 other attacks, and trying to make anybody who just wants to have their neighborhoods to be safe as if they're bad and evil people, and then suppressing any information or outcry from the other side. And since Twitter has now afforded the other opportunity aside to speak, it's sort of fragmented, the empire they had with Facebook, Google being all sort of suppressing information and only putting up stuff that, for low information voters believe that it's true. Like fact checks, we all know that most fact checks are partisan political, and you can't believe any of them. But there are still people that actually believe them. And in the public schools in California, they're actually teaching the kids that you have to believe them. And the only valid sources of news are the far left ones that we all know are basically propaganda. So that's what's going on in California. A law was just passed for that. So, but in order for this stuff to work, it has to be enforced. And so that's where we're going to get into a little bit about. So you see these girls here, people are upset about it. And then so here's the other problem that they're having is, so when people are getting stabbed, the government won't say if it's an immigrant. They're like suppressing all the evidence. So the government will suppress whether or not it was an immigrant. They don't want to tell you unless it's like a white local. Then immediately they put it all over the news. It was a white racist. People are getting fed up with it, to be quite honest with you. They don't like it because they know that it's fabricated, and it's overreach, and it's not fair and balanced. So I think most critical thinkers don't like it. And so my buddy from Ireland told me the other night that what he thinks they're doing is they're coming after our children, because they know we're not going to change. So he's saying they're coming after our kids. That's why they're trying to, get these public school kids all just completely destroyed by the time they're kindergartners. And give me a bunch of ones if you guys agree. I think he might be right. Now, let me see here. Wanda says they won't let me comment on a lot of channels. Well, I don't know. I know in the UK, you can't say a whole lot if it's critical of your government or these people that are criminals that the government sort of is ushered into their country. And now they're generational, right? Generational criminals. And that's why people are upset about the immigration policies, because it's like you bring someone in, you put them on welfare. Do you think that their offspring are going to also not be on welfare when you just offer it to them forever in exchange for a vote? And the working men are like, that's crazy, that we're paying for this. It's ridiculous. And so Denmark is shutting it down. Like I said, the Eastern European, like the Russian countries, the old Soviet bloc countries are trying to force to flood immigrants into Poland to destabilize their country. I mean, what better way could you destabilize a country than flood them with military age males who are hostile to the local population? I mean, think about that. That's crazy, right? So that's what a lot of people are complaining about. So, and then also the other issue that they have is there's guys like this openly in the UK that are openly hostile to the UK, and they want to force this thing called Sharia law into their government. So they won't show you this on CNN or anywhere else. So go ahead and watch this. I'm just trying to show you both sides, because so far all you've seen is the left-wing side, like the CNN, PMS, NBC. But there hasn't been anybody to show you like a neutral side, like, okay, this is what the locals are complaining about. Not all of them, but a lot of them, the ones who have lost kids or had their kids attacked especially, are really upset. And to be honest, they don't like being called like bigoted, because they're upset about guys like this in their neighborhood saying things like this.
Very simple. No integration, no multiculturalism, no diversity, no tolerance. I got my own deen, you got your own deen. You got your democracy, we got our own Sharia. You got your own free mixing, we got our own nikah. Own cheating within the marketplace, your own credit cards. We got our own economic system. We got our own foreign policy. We got our own deen.
The government by people. The government by people. That the legislators are human beings, not the creator of human beings. That is democracy. So if you mean by democracy that you come up with your own law and then you punish people according to this own law, if you call this democracy, then Islam outright rejects that. Because this kind of democracy entails injustice to human beings. You don't know what is suitable for them. Allah knows. Allah knows. So if you're going to contradict and oppose the revelation of Allah, then we say no democracy.
Very simple.
All right. So, we kind of saw, that's this side here. So he represents this side. So you'll see, like, these are the ladies that are involved in his movement, and he doesn't want to integrate. And this is what you'll see. They shut down all the streets and pray. And the locals are really upset. They're like, why can't you pray in your own churches? Why do you got to block all of our streets? We never had these problems before. They're upset about it. So anyways, I just wanted to kind of get into that. So now we're going to get into some similar kinds of things, like, why is it okay to do body searches? All right. What's that all about? What's the whole body search thing about? I don't get it. Why are they allowed to, why are they allowed to, the police just pull people out? Anybody know, like, for their state? I want to hear what you guys have to say. Now, I know it might be legal in some instances, like, if you're on probation or parole, but I'm not 100% sure. So definitely want to hear what you guys have to say about it. And let me see here. Race Gas, how you doing, buddy? Good seeing you, man. So let me just I want to just look through what's going on today. All right, so guys, just a little update. I haven't seen Chili DeCastro in a couple of days. What's going on with him? Give me an update if you know what's going on with him. So when I talk about cavity searches, the other day I did a little bit of a show about cavity searches, and we saw this guy get, like, literally these officers were pulling like bags, I guess, out of his rear end on the side of the road. and just how demeaning that was. And they did it right in front of his woman where they had her watching, and it was just like really degrading. And, there's all kinds of cavity searches. And so, but when I'm talking about cavity searches, I'm not talking about this kind.
Mira, pisando está, mira. No, yo al condado lo voy a mandar. No te vaya a ver porque vaya. Para el carro, mira, para atrás la lleva, mira, ve. Ey, no, mira, ey, yo. Quítate, man, ¿verdad?
Dale.
Ey, yo.
Pero por lo menos disimulando que fuera llave.
Es un animal, policía, pelón.
So what do you guys think about that? So not that kind of cavity search, all right? So looks like that was a voluntary cavity search there. So anyways, if you guys know about the different laws related to when an officer can do a cavity search on someone, let me know. But the one we saw earlier, there was I guess maybe it was a trans dude or something. He was doing a body search. I'm not sure if he was doing a full cavity search of the suspect, but the suspect was saying, I want a gender neutral. And you see, gosh, all this new woke stuff, how it's just messing with the cops too. Like that. It's just so crazy. Nobody knows what's going on anymore. So that was just a funny one. And then this was an example of another kind of a weird one. But, we just see all kinds of weird stuff going on. And you see that the police will hold themselves to different standards, and law enforcement does that. And you see that they're just sort of mimicking and imitating the political class, right? So now there's another one. I just found all these really cool articles on Twitter. I want to find something good for you. Okay, so here we go. By the way, how's your evening going, guys? If you're just joining me, I am Mike Eline. I am a California and Texas personal injury attorney, but I'm also a legal historian, and I'm a natural law guy. So I believe in the Bill of Rights and natural law and John Locke, and I'm a legal historian. So I really enjoy coming on here with you guys and showing you the underpinnings of what's really going on in society. I mean, most people don't understand that, like, all of the news that we have in this country pretty much, and until Ellen took over Twitter, was almost exclusively controlled by the same people or the same group of people or corporations. And so you're only getting just a very laundered version and controlled opposition at best from news channels like maybe Fox, right? But the rest has definitely just supported just this one-way street look, and anybody else who disagrees is a horrible person, and that's been it. And so now the flood doors, the gates have been opened a little bit. And so now that some of these European countries are starting to get the news out and see what's really going on, they're saying, hey, we're not trusting our police anymore. And so what the police are doing in response is saying, hey, if you disagree with us, you're just a racist, bigot, or a homophobe, right? And then they'll come in and arrest you. And that's what they've been doing over in the UK. They're like just doing mass arrests of like old people who are posting stuff about how they don't like all these people in their country. And then, but so it's not that, we shouldn't just focus on the UK, even though I used to live there, and I love Scotland, and I think the British people were awesome people. I'm still an American, and when I was in Scotland, whenever I said I'm from California, they'd all say, Baywatch, man, oh yeah, Baywatch. And actually, I did live in Malibu for a while, so it's kind of funny because that's where they filmed Baywatch, right? But no, it's just all they did there is go to pubs and smoke a lot of cigarettes, but they were good people. And but I also need to focus on what's going on over here in the United States, because it's just as bad, or if not worse, in some areas. Everybody knows the UK is definitely a police state. They want to have a total surveillance society, and it's almost like they engineer problems so they can, like almost like they allow bad things, like allow bad people into their country. So if something goes bad, now they can pass a new law to make things even harder on the law-abiding people there. Another camera, another surveillance system, another rule that you can't drive a car around here, another suppression of your freedom. So it's almost like engineered chaos, right? And a lot of people are saying that. But hey, right on, Jeff. That's cool, man. Yeah, so we're gonna get into hey, good seeing you, Chad Crum. I love it. And Fez is here. What's going on, Fez? Good seeing you. I used to have a Fez. It's like a hat, right? Can't find it. They're really cool. I think it's called the Fez. So it looks like we're starting to fill up a little bit. So I just wanted to sort of like finish off what we saw going on over there in the UK. There were a couple more stabbings today. And of course, the government won't say, if they were an immigrant or what it was. So that usually tells you that it probably was. They're really doing anything they can to suppress the truth. And that's why people are getting upset. It's like something out of a 1984 novel, say many. So anyways, being a First Amendment guy and someone who believes in natural law and freedom and and somebody who really appreciates the British people in general, I definitely support the people who want to have their culture respected. And, whenever I go to a foreign country, I always abide by their customs. And I think it's really cool that everybody has their own customs and cultures. And I think it's really awesome that we should, and we should look at it as a duty to respect their cultures when we're in their countries, traveling and whatnot. I think that's kind of a cool thing, because that way it makes it more of a fun experience for you too. You're not a conqueror, you're just a visitor, you see, and people feel like you're trying to be a conqueror when you come in and take over their streets and start stabbing their little kids, and then your own government accuses you of being a bad person for being upset about it. And that's what a lot of the people in the UK are saying is going on. What do you guys think in the sidebar? Anybody have any opinion about that? So I have this other video I want to show you about cavity searches. Let's check it out and see what's going on. This is just craziness. And let me know if the sound is okay. Give me a nice sound check.
Fucking illegal ass shit.
Now, keep in mind, the police officers know what they're doing is illegal. They know that, but they know that they can get away with it. And until y'all start doing something about it, it's going to continue to happen.
That's
until
right.
You start sending a message through to their superiors that they need to get a better hold of their employees when they are doing the most brutal and most fucked up conduct. I wouldn't see.
That's one thing I really got to tell you, like Chile de Castro, he is really big on petitioning for redress. And this guy is 100% right. You've got to get out there. And we know that your enemy wants to suppress you. We know that since March 4th, at least, that anybody who wants, fairness and openness, First Amendment auditors, that they're classifying you as of March 4th anyways, as a sovereign citizen. And sovereign citizens are classified by local police as crazy people. So if you're Carolina, Fort Worth, the local cops are looking at you like, oh, you're a crazy person. You're one of those sovereign citizens. Therefore, we can just face plant you. So it's a means of dehumanizing you. It's easier to lock you up in solitary and have the media cover for it because you're a bad person. So you see how they tried to dehumanize all these people, like people that got arrested for anything surrounding January 6th, lock them in solitary. But since that name is associated with them, the government is able now to use that as a way to justify, you see. And that's what's so dangerous from my perspective is, my gosh, this is like Maduro quality stuff that's going on, and it's happening on a global scale. And, if you look at Maduro, that's where the UK, in my opinion, is headed. If they keep up that policy of trying to suppress whole populations from stating what they want and criminalizing their speech, that's just, to me, that's crazy. That's exactly what we broke off from England for. It was that lack of freedom, that lack of liberty to say what you want to say. And, you need strong men anyways around. You can't be cracking it at a slight insult. I mean, when I was in Scotland, I mean, they were the worst of it ever when it came to being able to throw a good insult and attack people, rip people to shreds and rip sessions. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. It was fun. You know, I mean, these are the kind of guys that'll walk up to you and headbutt you and then buy you a, 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisp afterwards. You know what I mean? It's just the way it was. I can't imagine how those guys must feel being suppressed by all these new laws that basically criminalize a lot of the things that these guys would just say is just normal. I don't know, man. What do you guys think? Let's go ahead and let this guy finish up, though, because this was pretty wild. This was pretty wild.
Be nothing wrong if every citizen in that vicinity went after those officers with baseball bats. If anything, just to make them unhand him. Y'all better start getting proactive, or you're going to see this. I'm telling you. And then you got some cops who will look at this video I'm doing and say, oh, no, you can't be into the police department route. It's process of dumbasses like what we see. The community is going to have to do it.
Some fucking,
All right.
fucking illegal ass shit.
Now, keep in mind, the police officers know what they're doing is illegal. They know that, but they know that they can get away with it until y'all.
Yeah, so that's the whole point is, so one of my buddies over in Ireland is saying what they're trying to do is they recognize that, like this guy right here, he's old school. He's like me, right? They recognize that these young kids, the way you get them is you get them when they're young. And so what they want to do is take these academics from the college campuses, the campus crusaders. Now they have a teaching credential. This is what he's telling me. And then they're just going to just get the minds of your kids. They've written you off. And by the way, there was a congressional report that just came out the other day about these DNA companies where they take DNA samples. And now China has bought up a lot of those, like DNA, My Ancestry, or whatever it's called. And we now know that you can target bioweapons with DNA strings that you can get. You could take out a whole race of people, I think, with the certain strings, or like a whole family line. This is what I'm hearing. I don't know if it's true. I want someone from Team MPE to do some sidebar research for me. Now, and if you're new, just joining me, guys, I am a lawyer, but I'm also a researcher and I'm a legal historian. And so, anybody who can offer me assistance, because this is volunteer work for me as an activist, I'd like to know more about this. But it's my understanding that they can now use this DNA and all this information to target you. So, be very, very careful about doing anything that, giving over DNA samples, any of that stuff, guys. You guys got to be careful. I'll do a show about this, an upcoming show. But if somebody knows what's going on, let me know. Yeah, they're probably scared to go to the pub. All right, so let me see what else I have to show you guys. Well, we know for sure that if you guys get pulled over in the UK and you have a Twitter post that they don't like, they may ask you this.
Where are your papers, Mav? Where are they? Oh, you don't have any papers?
Yeah. So, all right, guys. So I'm just going to really quick. So one of the things that we're looking at right now, because of all this stuff that's going on, hold on. I want to just cue something up for you. Where is that guy? Well, I had this really cool article that I wanted to share with you. But yeah, this is kind of what it's all about. The meme police are coming. The meme police are coming. They're going to hide all your devices and everything right now, guys. So the thought police. And so, yeah. Yeah, thanks, Chad Crum. I appreciate that. So I know one of these guys, Matches 66. I don't know if he's still around, but yeah, this is just normal reality stuff. It's unfortunate that the BBC is basically state-run media and that you don't get accurate, true information. But the numbers don't lie, and common sense doesn't lie. And one of the things that Ireland is doing is they're starting to pass common sense laws that make sure that they vet people who come in and make the people who come in work instead of just immediately getting government assistance. And so, and having babies and not conforming to the new culture and their way of life, which is what you would expect, right? You would want them to come in and offer something to society other than trying to overthrow your country and burn down your cities. I think, give me a bunch of ones if you guys agree with that sentiment. Oh yeah, yeah. And I don't know, you know, this whole thing about I'm still kind of blown away, guys. So the other night we did this. Here, we'll check this out, guys. The other night, if you guys were here last night, so this is another one of these cavity search videos. And I learned from some of my friends in the, that's right, Complying Cyborg, that's right. State-run media is the biggest problem in the world. That's right. They're satanic as far as I'm concerned. It's just ridiculous, the garbage that they put out there, and it's all just like lockstep, you know. But if you watch this video, you'll see these dudes are, you know, doing a full-on cavity search of this guy. And that's me narrating. I did a video the other night about this. I just wanted to, I don't know if you can hear it or not. So, all right. So in this video, just so you guys know what's going on, is I guess they pulled this guy over, and I still don't know the facts. I still don't know all the facts. Like how is it that they were just able to get them out of the car? But it could be that he had warrants or something, or they already knew who the guy was. But they're basically like, you know, putting the torture cuffs on him. He comes over. He's obviously terrified. They lock up his old lady. They put her in torture cuffs, and they sit her down to where she's facing, to where she can see this dude's rear end pointing at him, right? And then they put him in these, you know, judo holds, and they lock him down. And, you know, let's watch the rest. They lock this dude down, and here we go.
Essentially, 3 for 6901, Robert. 36901, Robert. 7, when you guys okay? Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. I got it.
It is absolutely insane. Yeah, it's absolutely, you know, the only way you're going to change the system is first to expose. So let's try to see federal. I want to get back over here where you can.
I'm clear. All units can resume on main. All units can resume on main. I'm not reaching the hard. Picture 21. 7, you need another unit. Sorry, that's correct. 5 on or out. 5, please. 68. Right, so yeah, we're out. That's going to take some emergency or not. 5 cancel. No.
So let me just share something with you. There's truth to the statement that when you treat people like animals, they will become animals.
I mean, non-emergency, 5, you can cancel.
All right, so you can see, like, I mean, I got to share something. I mean, that is like a really painful position to be in right there, right? He's got his head down. I mean, you could easily rip your shoulder out of joint right there, both of them. He's in torture cuffs. That's, you know, that's painful. And I mean, these guys are being pretty brutal with him. And so now, whether or not there was a valid arrest, whether or not that was legal or lawful, you know, I need to know more about that. So I'm not going to make any judgment calls on whether or not there was some kind of a legal authority to get him into the position that he's in now. However, I will point out that this, to me, is excessive to do what they did to him, which is they did a cavity search on this guy on the side of the road and allegedly pulled some stuff out of his butt. And I just, to me, that is just not humane. And I think what it does is it turns people into animals and it makes them hate the government. And, you know, the government serves a useful purpose. And you don't want people hating the government. What you want is a government to be bound by the chains of the Constitution. Give me a bunch of ones if you agree. And I'll keep playing this until the footage runs out. This is just a short that I made the other day. Yeah. It's just wild, man. Hold on a minute. So, guys, I may have to fast forward some of this stuff. Okay, because I don't want to get in trouble with. Yeah. So, in fact, I think I will. I hope you can see what's going on. Just want to get it to where they exactly had or something out. And look, I don't, man. You know, like, let me look up in the sidebar here and see if you guys told me. Well, for crying out loud, nobody said if it was a Camaro. How am I supposed to go for a rip? We found that out. For a rip when you don't even know what kind of car it is, eh? That's right, Brick. Psychos with badges. That's true, Jeff. Let me take a look here. Camaro, yeah. Yeah, right on. Yep, that's what I think too, James. All right, so let's go ahead. And you guys ready for me to keep rolling this? Just keep in mind, if I see too much craziness, I'm going to have to fast forward it. All right. All right, so that's about all we're going to be able to show you of that one, but you kind of get the idea. And I don't know, it just keeps coming in. I'm seeing all this crazy stuff now. I don't know if you guys saw the dudes that were in Beverly Hills with the safe. Did you guys see that one? I got to show you that one if I can find it. Just give me 1 second, guys. Well, I got another. No. There was a really interesting one where these dudes tried to steal a safe, and they actually stole it. I don't know if you guys saw that. These dudes actually were able to make off with the safe. But I still want you to.
Okay.
You just joined me just now. I want to go back across the pond so I can share this with you because I think it's really hilarious. And let's just have a little bit of fun with this guy's request for a gender-neutral officer.
It's my belief that it's a lawful search, and for that purpose.
Okay. Can I ask for hang on? Can I ask for a neutral gender officer to search me?
Would you prefer to be searched by myself?
I need a neutral gender.
A neutral gender?
Yeah.
What do you mean by
neutral? Neutral.
What do you mean neutral?
Neutral gender.
What do you mean by neutral?
That's what I mean.
Yeah, don't say you don't know. So if you're the one requesting that.
I'm requesting a neutral gender officer to search me.
Okay, what do
you don't know what that means?
What do you mean by that?
So you're going to carry on with this search, okay?
You got anything on you that you should?
So you're not going to provide me with a neutral gender officer?
You've not once explained what you mean by that statement, okay?
You've been offered a female officer and you've been offered a male officer to search you. So you've not said either way. You've said
I need a gender neutral officer.
Right, we don't have gender neutral officer here.
Have you got anything on you that you shouldn't have? Have you got anything on you that's going to hurt himself or yourself during the search? Anything sharp? No, that's fine. Just put your arm on for me.
A dog consent for the search, by the way.
You don't have to consent, okay?
Just Oh, she's touching my ass now.
She is. Right.
I asked for gender neutral. I have a reason for that.
Okay, right.
Yes.
Any gender neutral. So we've got a male.
Well,
and a
she's
female
touching
officer.
my ass.
Right. She's not touching your
my
ass.
hands.
Yes. Don't touch my ass, man.
She's using the approved technique of using the back of her hand.
No, she's
rather
touching
than-
my ass.
Okay, if you'd like to put a complaint in, you can do it on 101. However, the search is lawful and it's being done properly.
Well, but she's touching my balls now.
She's not. Her hands are nowhere near.
She did.
Nowhere near.
They're my balls, you know. Done with your rubbish. I actually stood here for 10 minutes while you touching my ass. I can shout as much as I like.
Not like this car. If it causes harassment.
Oh, who's her last? Who's a land? I am a land right now. Yeah, I do want that.
All right. Well, that was pretty cool. So now let's get into something a little more fun.
They're giving you a ticket? Speeding? What's that? For speeding?
Well, you can film, that's fine. Just go stand over by your car.
You got the wrong one. You got the wrong one.
What's that?
You got the wrong one.
I got the wrong
Just
one.
carry on. Do your business.
You need to back up, otherwise you're interfering with my stop. Okay?
Well,
I've been cordial with you so far. You need to stop talking. Okay.
You okay, man? You piss yourself a little bit or what?
Leave. Otherwise we're gonna have an issue.
Why is that?
Because you're interfering with my stop.
Your stop is gone.
Yeah, now my stop is gone after you've been here the whole time. So here's the deal. You
No,
can
no,
get
there's
in
no
your car-
deal.
Yeah.
There's no
You
deal.
can either get back in your car and you can leave, or I can get your identification. Okay.
What's your name?
My name's Officer Lockwood.
Officer Lockwood with what department? And you're telling me you're going to get my ID for standing on a public easement recording
yeah,
you?
it's a public easement, but you're interfering with my stop.
Your stop is gone, son.
Now my stop's gone, but you're interfering.
How did I
with my
interfere with it?
stop. Okay.
You might want to go look up that statute and get a supervisor, son, or just get in your car and leave. That'd be best.
Okay.
You think that you're the first clown I've ever dealt with?
No, I know you're not the first person I've ever dealt with.
Okay, just leave. Go do your-
Hey, that was pretty good. Does anybody know who that guy is? He's kind of has a little Chile to Castro thing going on with him. Now I've seen in the sidebar, Jeff, that you've got that Chile owes you a trifold. I'll reach out and see what I can do for you, buddy. I know that. Make sure that you got it from the right person, because I know that there's somebody out there who pretends to be Chile, and then I guess I don't know. Just be careful what you're doing. But I'll reach out to him for sure. Like as soon as I'm done with the show, I'll reach out to him. He's a good guy. I don't think he'd stiff you, brother. I think his reputation's too important to him as well. Now, also, I know I got a couple of people who I owe some books to. I owe at least 2 people copies of my book, My Journey to Becoming a Practicing Lawyer with No Law Degree or Undergrad. So it's the digital version, not the print, but I know I owe a couple of people that, so keep that in mind. I appreciate, by the way, the people who keep buying my memberships in bulk, because I'm able to get a lot more people subscribed into the site, and they can check out all my back channel stuff. So I try to share all my other cool back channel stuff that I don't share public. So I appreciate you guys doing that. Just taking a short little break. I want to find out who this guy is. Is it Ross Schumann? Is this the actual auditor? Because I think he's pretty good. The way he's dealing with this cop is pretty freaking good, man. Hold on one second. Let's check him out. By the way, guys, all I'm doing is I'm looking at like bad cop surveillance on Twitter, and I'm finding the most coolest cop watch videos. And then all I'm trying to do is give you my perspective, like from a legal point of view, like what's going on with this stuff. So it looks like this cop is like, if you don't go away, I'm going to have to get your ID, that kind of stuff. He's really like, he's really upset, but you can tell he knows he's being filmed, and he knows it's going to cost him his job. And so you can kind of see he's actually being pretty well so far contained.
To work.
Let's watch that again. I think this was pretty good. Give me a bunch of 1s if you want to watch it again, and give me a bunch of 2s if you don't. And even if I get more 2s, than ones, I'm still going to watch it again. So here we go. Let's watch it again.
They giving you a ticket? Speeding? What's that? For speeding?
Well, you can film, that's fine. Just go stand over by your car.
You got the wrong one. You got the wrong one.
What's that?
You got the wrong one.
Got the wrong
Just
one.
carry on. Do your business.
You need to back up, otherwise you're interfering with my stop. Okay?
Well,
I've been cordial with you so far. You need to stop talking. Okay.
You okay, man? You piss yourself a little bit or what?
Leave. Otherwise we're gonna have an issue.
Why is that?
Because you're interfering with my stop.
Your stop is gone.
Yeah, now my stop is gone after you've been here the whole time. So
All right. So, and if the cop is reasonably well trained, he knows that the stop is over. So you can't continue the stop for purposes of trying to harass someone who's hanging out filming, for example. And I think that the judge, the appellate judge in Chili DeCastro's case, upheld the law when she went ahead and reversed Chili's conviction. And by the way, guys, give me a bunch of OTVOs for Chili, and what a great job he did. Bravo, dude. I mean, seriously, very, very impressed with, I got to visit him when he was in jail, and he's a brave dude. That's all I can tell you. I mean, the guy is willing to put his everything on the line for what he believes in. And so I encourage everybody to like and subscribe to Chili DeCastro's channel, as well as BZ Watchdog, because him and I really went the extra mile to keep the word out and keep on pumping the information out there about what was really going on, because there was so much disinformation and so much ill will and hatred towards Chili. And I felt like it was my civic duty to point out that you guys are convicting him based upon you not liking him as a person and not based on the facts and the evidence. And that really made me upset. I feel like as a human being, not just as a lawyer, that everybody deserves that opportunity of innocence until proven guilty, and at least a fair and impartial chance with no biases to be convicted or not. And just convicting someone in the press and putting out disinformation, it poisons the jury. It poisons public opinion against the jury unless they hang, and it turns the jury into a hanging jury. And so I just want all you guys to understand, my thought process on all this stuff. And so just as a result, I just started having fun sharing these videos. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm pointing out that this officer, very similarly to Chili DeCastro, but Chili DeCastro was, I believe, in a private parking lot. I don't know if this is considered a private or a public area, but it's the same principle that you can't continue the stop. And I'm not sure that the officer continued, Bork, I think was his name. I'm not sure that he continued Chili DeCastro's stop, or the stop of the woman. He just let her go and then just targeted Chili. And that is true, Jeff. They are. Police officers, a lot of people don't know this, they're trained to lie because the Supreme Court has said that they can lie, and it's justified because they might get a conviction. But there's a lot of people, and me included, who know that some people will just go along with the program because they're scared, and they'll just confess. And don't ever say anything. Never, ever talk to police. All you're doing is engaging in an investigation against yourself. Always call a lawyer. I'm only licensed in California and Texas. I can't be in a lot of places. And I mainly focus on catastrophic motorcycle accidents, bus accidents, pedestrians getting run over in the crosswalk, and that kind of stuff. But occasionally I will do tight handcuff and police shooting cases. But even if I can't help you, I'll try to help you find someone in your jurisdiction and venue to try and at least get you in the right direction. And I also have several articles about how to bring a case in small claims court you might want to take a look at. And if you want to learn more about the law, about how to think more like a lawyer, and in some states, how to become a lawyer with no law degree or undergrad, you can also pick up a copy of my ebook. This is not the ebook, but I just want, because you can see the cover. This is the same cover that's on my ebook, My Journey to Becoming a Practicing Lawyer with No Law Degree or Undergrad. And if you want. Now, let's go ahead and finish up with this pretty well-reserved officer has to say.
Oh, here's the deal.
No, there's no deal.
Yeah.
There's no deal.
You can either get back in your car and you can leave, or I can get your identification, okay?
What's your name?
My name's Officer Lockwood.
Officer Lockwood with what department? And you're telling me you're going to get my ID for standing on a public easement recording
yeah,
you?
A public easement, but you're interfering with my stop.
Your stop is gone, son.
Now my stop's gone, but you're interfering.
How did I interfere with it?
Okay.
You might want to go look up that statute and get a supervisor, son, or just get in your car and leave. That'd be best. Okay. You think that you're the first clown I've ever dealt with?
No, I know you're not the first person I've ever dealt with.
Okay, just leave. Go do your work.
Now, okay, so I got to tell you, the way the guy's a good auditor. My personality doesn't permit me to. I would never talk to somebody like that. Like I wouldn't be calling the cops son and all that. My demeanor would be respectful. I would act with command presence, but I would not insult or engage in any kind of ad hominem attacks, just because that's my personality. Now, I'm not saying that he doesn't have the right to do that. I'm just saying as a matter of cultural norms and just being civilized that I would not do that. That's not my personality. But as a lawyer, I will fight for people like that who do behave that way, because you should be able to and want to test your public servants to make sure you can't push them. And so I want to give a compliment to this law enforcement guy that he didn't go bananas and drop this dude on his head. And that I could tell that he knew that the auditor knew the law. And so that is an example of a more highly trained officer than normal, and also an auditor that really knew what he was doing as far as knowing what the law is. Like he knew of all that. It's almost like he probably is probably somebody who watches a Chili's channel. That would be my guess. He probably has a bunch of trifolds. Let me take a look and see if there's anything else cool on this. So all I'm doing right now, guys, is I'm just taking a look. So it's not a big secret. It's bad cop surveillance. And I'm just looking at crazy stuff with bad cops. And then I'm going to go into what the law is on it. I mean, I think this is cooler than any other show I've seen about this, because I'm looking at the most popular stuff out there. And I'm going to give you my legal perspective. So my legal perspective on the last one is that if that guy had gotten arrested, that it would have been a false arrest and that he would have had a valid lawsuit. But my human perspective, being a trial lawyer, would be when you talk to people like that, and what do they call it, the 6 degrees of separation or whatever, one of those jurors is going to empathize with the officers, probably has a mother or a father, brother or sister who's a cop, whatever it might be. That's why you have to just be kind to everyone. That's why I always tell you guys. And it'll hurt him. They may find in his favor and offer him a very small amount of money. So that's just because you win doesn't mean you get money. Remember that. I always tell everybody on my show, always be courteous, considerate, and kind to everyone. But if they push you, obviously you got to be like Mad Dog Mattis, right? What did he say? Always be nice or something, but always have a plan to kill everybody you see. Mad Dog Mattis. Give me a bunch of ones for Mad Dog Mattis. One of the best generals the Marine Corps has had since Chesty Puller, as far as the infantry was concerned. He was all about making. A lot of people don't understand why Marines love the guy. So the infantry Marines loved him so much. It's because he was a Marine's Marine. He started out as an enlisted Marine, and then he became an officer. That makes him a Mustanger, which Marines love, because Chesty was a Mustanger too. And that's just a little story for you. Mad Dog Mattis. Yeah, always have a plan. So anyways, let's get into these guys and see what these crazy guys are doing with their Darth Vader uniforms. Or maybe we can't. Maybe it's just a picture. All right, maybe that's all that we're going to see. Well, let's see what this is. Says something about them not having... something about a blue wall of silence, and they're not wearing body cams. Okay, well, that's not one that's going to get us anywhere. What's going on with this guy? looks interesting. British police officer. Let's see what he's got.
Here on Instagram.
What?
Something or other, M. Simpson. Yeah, it's you. I follow you. I follow your writing style.
Howdy.
Yeah. Because if I catch you doing what I see on videos, I'm going to arrest you for reckless driving.
Okay.
Your helmet is what gave you away. Actually, the whole entire motor group has been talking about you. Yeah, several of us follow you. Discussed your writing style and what you're doing, and discuss the locations that you're at. And I'll get you on your way. I just mainly want to stop you and talk to you about your headlight. But then I realized who you were. He follows you too.
Yeah.
How many followers do you have?
Yeah. More than 10. Can I pop my helmet off so I can hear you better?
It sucks getting hit in cars in front of you. You know that you ride not super safe. We just be frank about that. And when I heard it, I thought it was you.
I did too. I thought for sure it was you.
I said,
That's funny.
I told about your Instagram page. Just look at it. And dude, I don't want you to get killed.
Yes.
Did you see me at the Starbucks drive-thru? I'm doing what a good sergeant does.
Yeah. No
You're
tickets
not
today.
doing a shout out?
Yeah, you might make a video, yeah.
Good. Don't tell them. Don't say anything.
So that's actually pretty cool. So I was trying to share with you guys. Look, I know some people just hate cops no matter what, right? I get it. Okay. But I was trying to share with you guys in a couple of my shows. So when my dad was growing up, the 22 freeway, Garden Grove Freeway, California, it was under construction. And 22 has like nice long stretches. And so all the local kids, because they're all building dragsters, used it as a drag race, where they would race cars on quarter-mile stretches of that freeway while it was under construction. And local cops would come out and watch. And one of them's name was, oh man, gosh, it's going to take me a minute to remember. But whenever my dad, I think it was Johnny Yuma, anytime he saw a cop, he would call him that. But I'll remember it in a minute. It might have been that. But the point is that the local police were doing what like beat cop work. I think they call it community policing now. They would just have a beat and they would just know everyone in the community. And it's like you just don't arrest Mr. Jones's brother or Mr. Jones's son, right? Because you go to church with the same people and you're integrated into the community as a police officer. And so like the old town sheriff model, right? Where you elect your sheriff and everybody respects him, and the sheriff respects you because he needs your vote to hold on to power, right? So it was more like that when my dad was growing up. And so this particular example, believe it or not, I kind of thought this was a pretty good example of community policing, assuming he didn't pull the guy over for because he thought he was the YouTube guy. Because if he pulled him over because he thought he was the YouTube guy, that would be an unlawful stop. But if he pulled him over because he thought he was in violation, I guess, of a traffic law, well, at least plausibly, that would give him the right to potentially pull him over, I guess. You too, Brian Johnson. You have a great day. Oh, thanks, BZ Watchdog. Thanks for kicking me off with a super chat. Thank you, brother. And then BZ Watchdog says, all cops are bad until they prove they are not. Sorry, but not sorry. I get that. And I know a lot of guys hate them, but I just want to show you, this would be an example of like a throwback to my dad's era, these motorcycle cops. Let's take a look at it again.
You know what? I've been looking for you. Your Moto PT or on Instagram. Something or other, M. Simpson. Yeah, it's you. I follow you. I follow your writing style.
Howdy.
Yeah. Because if I catch you doing what I see on videos, I'm going to arrest you for reckless driving.
Okay.
Your helmet is what gave you away. Actually, the whole entire motor group has been talking about you. Yeah, several of us follow you. Discussed your writing style and what you're doing, and discuss the locations that you're at. And I'll get you on your way. I just mainly want to stop you and talk to you about your headlight. But then I realized who you were. He follows you too.
Yeah.
How many followers do you have?
Yeah. More than 10. Can I pop my helmet off so I can hear you better?
sucks getting hit and cars shouldn't be funny. You know that you ride not super safe. Can we just be frank about that? And when I heard it, I thought it was you.
I did too. I thought for sure it was you.
I said, and I told about your Instagram page. Just look at it. And dude, I don't want you to get killed.
Yes.
Did you see me at the Starbucks drive-thru? I'm doing what a good sergeant does.
Yeah. No tickets today.
Shout out.
Yeah, you might make a video. Yeah.
Can we give him a shout out, huh? All right. So, all right. So it looks like I kicked up a bit of a little firestorm here. In the sidebar, people are saying, hey, man, all cops are bad. All cops are pigs or whatever. I get it. And you're right. Chile probably would say in my dad's era, they all were. But, look, I think even Chile agrees with me that the Shire of the Reef model, the elected sheriff, is actually a good model. Chile has spoken about peace officers, and that's what I'm talking about is peace officers, people who are, it almost sounds like the leftist version of their community policing model that they're talking about, like the social worker who walks around with the clipboard, a little bit different. Because, one of what you want is you want to have a strong security force that's going to protect the local community from outsiders who would cause harm, or even a wild bear, anything. You want to be able to have that, like a citizens militia kind of, or a sheriff would be great because they're elected and that they have the qualifications. So I think that even Chile's on board with me with that. But yeah, but listen, guys, if that cop pulled him over because he thought he was the influencer guy, and he could have, that may very well have been a total setup just to try to harass him, that would be a totally unlawful stop. So all I can tell you is don't draw attention to yourself either. It's kind of hard not to draw attention to yourself if you're an influencer, right? I went out, I'm not even an influencer, I don't think, but I went out to a restaurant a couple nights ago and somebody came up and said, hey, I watch your show, Team MPE. And I was like, what? My wife was like speechless. So that's kind of what's going on right now with me. Freaking weird, man. So yeah, let's go ahead and hey, BZ, what do you think, man? This is my new thing. I did bad cop surveillance. By the way, hey, BZ, do you want me to showcase any of your videos while I'm online tonight? I'm kind of doing like my bad cop marathon. Because you guys know I'm all about accountability operations. I don't believe that. Hey, this guy got pinned for a $5 piece of pizza. He stole $5 worth of pizza and he got pinned at a Kansas City Walmart. All right. See, guys, I am your personal know how to find cool stuff on Twitter. Now, BZ, if you want to shoot me a link, you can check out some of your stuff. Let's check out what this girl's got to say. She's a watchdog. Hey, here's a watchdog. Yeah, she's a watchdog. That was cool. Yeah, guys, I just didn't have enough beautiful bean footage to share with you tonight. Let's check out, how about bad cops in the UK? Because there's a lot of really crazy stuff going on in the UK right now, right? Let's check it out. Oh, yeah. Woohoo! Like he's getting some revenge, right? Oh, boy. Better change that one. What's going on over here? Oh, look. Hey, look. He's going to get away, mate. Hey, mate. He's going to get away. No. All right, mate. That's right, mate. All right, mate. Oh my gosh, listen to this, guys. It's not just in the United States. Check it out. 1 in 100 police officers in England and Wales faced a criminal charge last year. That's wild. The figure has surged over the past 10 years, with pressure growing for officers to be sacked on the spot. Be sacked on the spot, right? Let me see here. So there's a lot of problems in the police department. All right, so let me take a look over here. Let's see if BZ's got something. I'm going to check my email. I'm going to check it out right now, BZ. Give me 1 second, big dog. I'm going to go ahead and disappear my face for a minute. And I'm going to look for a, there we go. All right, cool. BZ's going to rescue me.
With another bonehead officer by Officer Dickey. We have reported on him in the past for violating people's rights. To tell you what happens to Officer Dickey, we're going to go over a couple of cases. The first one being Wren versus United States, 1996. Wren versus United States was a Supreme Court decision that declared that any traffic offense committed by a driver was legitimate legal base for a traffic stop. In an opinion authored by Anton Scalia, the court held that a search and seizure is not a violation of the Fourth Amendment in cases where the police officers have reasonable suspicion that a traffic violation has occurred. The personal or subjective motives of an officer are not a factor in the court's Fourth Amendment analysis of whether the cause for a stop is sufficient. The standard for reasonable suspicion is purely an objective one. A major concern with the case's ruling is that police conducting traffic stops may racially profile the stopped person, similar to the controversy around New York City's stop and frisk program. Some believe that the ruling in Wren will lead to an increase in racial profiling towards young African American males. As you can see, Officer Dickey is sitting in the parking lot waiting for this individual to leave. When he comes out of the hotel, he instantly gets right on him.
So I just sent BZ my StreamYard link to join the stream, guys, because I think we need to get him in. Give me a bunch of ones if you want to get BZ in the chat, guys. Give me a bunch of ones for BZ. Let's see it. In the meantime, before I introduce you to BZ, I just want to let you guys know, if you guys cause any trouble with my sidebar, they're going to ask you questions like this. This one. Yeah, they're going to ask you these questions, crying out loud.
Where are your papers, Mav? Where are they?
Okay.
Oh, you don't have any papers?
Sorry, I kind of messed that one up. I was trying to do like the real cool intro. Look, I'm my own producer, director, and everything, so I can only do so much, guys. But BZ, you're out driving, man. What's up, homie?
Charging the car right now. Charging the red Tesla. Scared all them cops back to the fortress of cowardness. Back to the pig shop. Back to the police station.
Dude, I'm so glad to see you. Now, everybody, I don't know if you guys noticed.
I've been driving around for 3 hours, got one traffic stop where the cop actually smiled and nodded. It was a sergeant. After that, all the cops have been hiding out. 187,000 views later, and I couldn't find a damn cop.
187,000 views? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, over 3 hours and one traffic stop that I found. One little accident, and everybody had more fun watching me taunt the cops in the police station because they're all sitting there in their cars. I was like, when they started pulling out all slow, looking at me, I'm like, dun-ut, dun-ut, and then they would turn away and go the other way. I couldn't get any interaction, man. I was hoping for some fun tonight, man. 187,000 views.
Dude.
And one traffic stop and 3 hours of driving around.
Dude, that's amazing, man. Bow down to BZ, almost 200,000 views. You didn't even really get much stuff. What's that?
I didn't even know, man. When I ended the live stream when I jumped over 10, 15 minutes ago, I about fell out of my car, man. I was like, holy crap.
That's wild. That is wild.
Let
me look at the comment. Can you see the sidebar?
No, I can't. I have a hard time when I'm over on when I'm on the StreamYard vertical.
Yeah.
Wait. I see him now. Hang on. I see him.
All right. I just want to make sure if anybody wants to ask you anything.
All I know is, man, that was probably the most amount of views I've ever had on a live stream and the least amount of action I've ever had.
That's wild, man. Yeah, that happens sometimes. I had a pretty busy show last night. Kind of like that, just not a lot. But it is what it is, it's good that you're able to get your message out. Now, on this particular video that we have, is this a post office one? Is this?
No, this is so I've created like a new podcast series.
Okay.
It's called and it's based on the conversation you and I had about collecting. Since they're collecting info on us, I'm collecting info on them. So I'm now exposing the bad cops. I'm trying to put out a dirty cop video every week. If I find a good cop, I will highlight if I can find one. I think I found one, but I'm still gathering some information. I'd like to highlight him. I'm trying to reach out to see if he's willing to do like an interview, kind of like a, give him a couple of questions up front so he can prepare for a few minutes. And but in one of my videos, from what I could see, he's and the department that just where he left, he was a detective to go back to patrol. And in my encounter with Texas Gal Audits on scene, he was very polite, very professional, gave the guy a warning, but he came from a local town nearby as a detective, and he didn't get fired, he didn't get written up. I actually got his letter of resignation where he actually resigned. He was there for like 3 years and no write-ups, and he just resigned. I guess it was such a small town. I guess he likes interacting with people. So, I'm definitely going to get some more info, and I would like to highlight him. And, some of these cops that are great, they're good with people and are doing the right thing, they need to be highlighted, or else why are they out there doing the job? Now these dirty ones, oh man, man, I love hating on them people. But you know what? They deserve it.
Yeah.
They're hateful people, so they get hateful crap in return. So, but with this one, I reported on Officer Dickey before. If you recall, Michael, this is going to be one of those videos where he was searching that girl's car, asking those creepy questions on that stop. That is the same cop.
No way.
This time it goes a little further, and that's why I pulled up Wren versus United States, so people understand that pretextual stops are based on Wren versus USA, and that their decision based upon that was worried that it was going to allow cops to be able to pull over more minorities and to, obviously violate them and make up more stuff. And I do also get into Rodriguez versus United States in this video too, and you'll see why. I don't want to really ruin it for those who haven't seen the video. This is actually, I edited every single part of this. It took me over a course of like 4 days to do.
Yeah.
So it's not my best work, but it's pretty darn good work.
All right, we to roll it?
Yeah, go ahead and roll that.
All right, man, let's do it.
Footage.
Yeah. There's no way that he can see what this individual has actually done when you hear him later tell the driver why he stopped him. And now Officer Dickey is about to violate the man who just pulled in to this other hotel. And you're...
Come here. What are you getting out of the car for?
I just told I was going here to check out the room.
Okay, come over here real quick.
Okay.
Your tag's expired.
Why?
No weapons on?
I just bought the car. I just bought it.
Okay, you're good. I'm gonna shut the door for you.
Yeah, you're good.
It's just the tag's expired, man.
Yeah, I just bought it. I just think today was the thing at 12 o'clock. Check it.
Okay.
So I can get off this cover.
Cool. You got your license on you? So you pulled out a day's end to pull in here.
Well, yeah, because I don't want to walk over here. It's hot as hell. I don't check see the price was. Because I'm basically living in my car right now, so.
Kilo 11, copy deal. Don't go reach in your pocket.
Oh, okay, just get it.
And he's playing that rap music in the car too.
Yeah.
You have any warrant stuff, do you?
No, sir.
You know,
No record, no nothing like that. No.
Never been arrested?
Nope.
Cool. You smoke weed?
Nope.
Who smokes weed?
Not me.
Never ever smoked weed.
Nope.
Has there been weed smoked in the car?
Not in this car. No, you better take that again. There's no weed for that.
Okay.
Because I mean, well, the hotel room is just right now. When I walked in, smell of weed. I think they were smoking it. I'm not smoking. I don't smoke.
I got you. I thought I smoked it when I walked up
you
there.
go ahead and run your weed.
Okay, I'm not accusing. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Cool. Are those all your credit cards in your wallet?
Yes, sir. You want to take them off?
Yeah, we don't mind. We get a lot of issues. You don't got to do all that, man.
You said you want to check them.
I've just been doing it the easy way. You want me to?
No, they're on that side. Those names on that side.
Cool. What kind of work you do?
Right now, I do just like maintenance for people around that need some help.
Okay, cool.
All right. So obviously, just really quick, BZ, I just want to share with the audience. You don't have to engage in an investigation against yourself. And
No, sir. I actually make that statement closer towards the end of this video.
Yep.
I really kind of go into what your rights are a little bit more at the end.
All right.
I really kind of just do this so that way people can see how shit can go real quick for an expired tag and how you can be accused of stuff that you don't even do. Or I mean, listen to him asking about the credit cards. What business is it about my wallet?
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Let's hit it. Hold on really quick before I roll it. Hey, were you guys able to get the link that I put for his video? I want everybody to share, like, and subscribe all BZ's stuff. And I want you guys to keep supporting his channel because he's spending his own money to get like real legit stuff from like police departments, stuff that you're not going to get anywhere. I mean, the stuff that he has is real.
Michael, actually, let me drop a bombshell on you before you start this video. So
All right.
I'm working on another bad cop. It was a lieutenant, in fact, that kicked me out of a piece of limited forum, private property, no trespassing sign, no police lights, no crime scene tape. Had just kicked Carolina out of this area, walked over 50 yards where I parked to tell me as I'm getting out of the car that this was an active crime scene. And I'm like, where's the crime scene tape? Where's the lights? Where's the car blocking the entrance? Under threat of arrest, I left. Now, I did get their crime scene policy today, and he violated those special orders, not general orders, special orders. So you guys will see another dirty cop. Now, keep in mind, he has unalived somebody. There was a 1983 lawsuit out against this guy.
That's wild. That is wild.
Disabilities Act. Him and two other officers basically shot somebody who was having a mental break with a gun instead of trying to de-escalate and kind of sympathize. And this guy works on a SWAT team. You think there would be a crisis intervention trying to talk him down. Nope, let's just waste them. And so, I mean, now don't get me wrong, they're usually deemed exonerated at the lower level, but I've got some things coming that I haven't talked to you about that I'm working on. But you will see kind of a tidbit in this video, so go ahead and roll that beautiful bad beam footage.
Yeah, still doing that, 18 feet.
And a lot of this is bleeped out for.
You can talk to it all back in there, man. Appreciate you. I was gonna do it the easier way, but
hey, man, I'm trying to make it easy for you guys. I have no. I'm not dealing with the law. I was like 20 years old in California.
Where do you live at?
Right now, I was living in Burleson, but the buddy and I got kicked out. So.
Go ahead.
Dirty cop.
Sorry, I coordinate for falling on my back on 24th. I've been out of work.
Okay.
So once that's done, I'm moving to Austin. So right now, I'm just kind of in between.
I got you.
That's why I was coming over here to see MSC work because they're expensive over there.
Okay.
$80.
So you pulled onto the street though. Why wouldn't you just pull to the parking lot?
There's a parking lot that goes here. There's no
Sure, sure there is.
Okay. Okay, I don't know that.
That's not a big deal, man. I'm just trying to make sense of it.
No, I feel. Why would you say that? Like, you put me in such an uncomfortable situation. Like, you know I'm not happy. You know I'm trying to see if it'll work out here, and I know that it's not.
No, I just was gonna go here and see what the order. So no weapons on you or anything like that. No, sir. Cool, patch down. Make sure. Is that okay with you?
What are you, gay?
Is that okay? All right.
That was just threw up.
What's in here? Is this the lighter?
And he's not using a glove either.
You care if I check? Yeah, glad you have it. Car keys.
Please, officer, be gentle.
Nothing illegal in the car?
Nope. You gotta get a warrant search though.
No, I don't. It smells like weed, like I said.
There's no weed in there. There's not smoke weed at all.
Do you smoke weed?
No.
Does anybody here around
I
smoke
haven't
weed?
even know anybody here.
Okay. Does your hotel room smell like weed?
Yeah, you go there right now, everything stinks like weed.
Okay. All right. Grab your stuff and go to the front bumper for me, please.
Stick your head in there again.
I just
Yeah, go
did.
get your free sniff.
When you got out, I smelled weed. You don't smoke weed.
I swear to God, my kid's life. I'm not smoking.
Do you just smoke cigarettes?
Michael, stop the video.
Keep younger. My mom's a heroin addict, so she's more shit.
Okay. Has there ever been any buddy? No. How long have you had it?
Admitting
That's
and
my next question.
confessing.
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. Okay. Do you know who you bought it from?
Black guy in Kidderville. He was like a record shop. It was on Facebook, and I bought it for like $2,500.
Okay. All right. You said you don't want me searching the car?
No, I mean, you can stick your head there all day long, and you're not gonna find anything. There's nothing in there.
What the hell is that?
No weed or nothing.
Okay. Nothing in your boots? You fall through a roof, you said? How long? You said 4 years?
That's pretty good. Hokey pokey. Oh my God, that's hilarious. What's up, lawyer dog? Good seeing you, man.
And you do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around.
There's a Kilo 91 on.
Keep that locked in.
Terrible.
You ever like water bottle that top of that right top of that basket in there?
In the basket?
Yeah.
Okay, what if we do?
Oh, there's that.
I'm gonna go around the other side and get it.
10-4, Kilo 11 with the end of your on shift.
So BZ, I'm still trying to understand this. I mean, to me, when he says you can keep your head in there, that sounds to me like he gave him consent to search the vehicle. Is that a
No,
fair
what he did was he had his window halfway down. He told him he could put his head up there and smell. He never said he could open the car door. Now, policy states that you're going to have to get actual consent at the back of the car or sign a consent form. He never actually consented for him to search the car. In fact, he told him to get a search warrant. He said you could stick your head in there and smell, but he didn't want him searching. Now, here's the kicker. How are you going to smell weed when you're at the back of the guy's car and he's out of the vehicle? And you're claiming that you smelled it? Who smokes weed? Well, I thought, he uses the word, I thought I smelled weed. So wait, is this a thought crime? Because that's what it sounds like to me. He literally watched the man pull out of a hotel. And before the man could even hit the street, he was already pulling off about expired registration that he couldn't see from that angle.
Unless maybe he was already targeting the parking lot earlier, perhaps.
That's what I'm saying. Now, he does make a comment here in a second that he patrols the parking. I didn't know he was security for the parking lot. And at the same time, he mentions we patrol and find narcotics and warrants. That's the same thing the cop told Travis Hines in one of his body cam footages about 2 weeks ago. It's a
Yeah, that
common
makes
thing
sense.
that they're trained to say, but guess what? They are suspicious of everyone.
Yeah.
He doesn't make sense of his behavior. What? Going from one hotel to the next to check prices? I've done it. I'm sure everybody on his live stream has done it. How in the world is that suspicious or illegal?
Well, it's not. I mean, look, they'll come up with any pretextual reason under the sun they can. They have the right to lie. So
Yeah, but let me ask you this. Why isn't he inside the car writing the ticket and at least getting the ticket started? Oh, wait, because he's going to prolong this stop, which is illegal. He's going to go ahead and give the guy a warning, which is what he does every single stop we have seen him on. I don't think this man writes tickets. He's looking for dope that he can't find about 95% of the time.
that makes sense. That makes good sense. Want me to keep rolling this beautiful Dean footage?
Yeah. Go ahead.
In here?
Yeah, it should be a nice little water bottle. I did some stuff the other day from my buddy's house yesterday, Burleson. He kicked me out, so he had someone else move in. So I just got my stuff there last night. And I just put through it.
You head over to Quality Sweeps? Are you available with the K9 at Quality? Available with the K9 at Quality. Available with the K9 at Quality.
I love
And
the
this
editing.
is where Officer Dickey should not become a cop or practice law enforcement. He violated this man's Fourth Amendment right again. Rodriguez versus United States. 2015 was the United States Supreme Court case which analyzed whether police officers may extend the length of a traffic stop to conduct a search with a trained detection dog. In a 6-3 opinion, the court held that officers may not extend the length of a traffic stop to conduct a dog sniff unrelated to the original purpose of the stop, which in this case was an expired registration. However, the court remanded the case to United States Court of Appeals for the 8th Circuit to determine whether the officer's extension of the traffic stop was independently justified by reasonable suspicion. Some analysts have suggested that the court's decision to limit police authority was influenced by ongoing protests in Ferguson, Missouri. Now, keep in mind, it said reasonable suspicion. Well, he accused the gentleman of smoking weed, having weed, and thought he smelled weed in the car. However, this man has claimed that he doesn't do it, he doesn't like it, and that he only smokes cigarettes. So where's the reasonable suspicion?
Yeah, 30 minutes.
Okay. And we got the stuff from wasn't for me now.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah, wasn't for me.
Nothing in your wall that's legal, your cigarettes or nothing like that? You care if I search those? Grab your phone. Your phone's gonna roll off.
Everything you want.
Except for the car.
You want to go through all my shit, which is all, I mean, everything I own, you're more than welcome to. But I'm telling you right now, I've been honest with you straight up front.
Yeah, I'm not calling you a liar.
Is that your final answer?
And you say take them off, I took my boots off, everything else.
Ay, Dios mío. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You guys need to start watching our channels more.
Do you hear? Hey, Michael, do you hear how frustrated, angry the guy's starting to get?
He's
I mean,
pissed,
he's already
man.
been so forthcoming, trying to dispel everything. And just to let you guys know, even though you guys may be these biggest bootlickers in the world, the more you plead your case with them, the more you dig yourself a hole, because the more they're trying to find you to say something, do something, or admit to something, even if it's a thought crime, so they can put you in those torture cuffs, impound your car, steal your money, and
That's right.
take you down to that dungeon. This
Take
man
you to the
should have
dungeon.
had a trifold. It would have saved him probably about 95% of this interrogation that he went through. And
That
Dickie
is
might
true.
have learned something, because Dickie could have confiscated it and maybe read it. Maybe
That's
I need
right.
To go, maybe I need to go bring one down there to the police department and have these guys read them
Yeah.
And maybe they'll learn something so they won't get embarrassed on my channel anymore.
There you go. Here we go. We're going to roll this footage.
Roll it.
Smell them.
See, that's what we do.
Why would that smell like weed?
I don't know. It's actually weed, so that probably smells like weed too.
We're back to the club.
Burleson PD1.
Sure, I'm listening to that coaching some next to. Hey, we're gonna wait for the K9 to roll up and we'll get you out of here, cool?
Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah. You hear me? I'm sorry,
Whatever you gotta do. I mean, there's nothing in this car.
Okay.
I picked up my stuff yesterday with my buddies. I loaded all the car. I came here.
Yeah.
Does your buddy use narcotics?
I don't know.
He's definitely down on his luck, and he's not going to rat his buddy out. He's a legit dude, you know. What can you say, right, guys? I think you're right, BZ. He's just down on his luck, man.
That's exactly
I really
it.
don't know. He's got some shady people that come over once in a while, yes.
Have you looked through your stuff yet?
No.
What's your
What's your buddy's name? Snitch on him.
Yeah. Throw your friends and family under the bus for the state so I can get a bust, get a promotion.
What the hell?
It looks like it's traffic. I don't know much more.
I can go look into it. I have no idea what the heck it's about. I moved back to California here. Then my ex had the problem, so we kind of split. And I went blank for a little while, so who knows?
All right, we're gonna wait on the K9 and then run the K9 around and we'll get you out of here. Cool. You got any questions for me?
No. What you going for though?
Expired registration.
Wait a minute.
So you
K9.
sold the parking lot.
K9, so is he extending the stop to get a dog now?
Yeah, you didn't hear him. That's when I slowed it down when he said it 3 times. Go. Do you have a K9 available? Do you have a K9? Do you have a?
Did you guys hear all that? Did you guys hear him say that? I only heard him say it like 4 or 5 times. Do you need to hear it again?
Wait for me to leave.
I patrol the parking lot pretty much on a daily basis because we do get a lot of narcotics warrants out of here.
And cheapest I can find. I was hoping this one was cheaper.
I mean,
I'm living on day to day right now.
There's a lot of people here that are just out trying to make it and need a place to stay. There's some people here that are out doing criminal activity. So,
can I get a shake, please?
Yeah, absolutely. What part of Illinois? I'm sorry, Mississippi.
I just bought the car, man.
So you never been up there at all?
No.
So you didn't buy it from someone up there?
No, I bought it there.
I got you. Okay.
I have the registration and all that stuff is in my bag with the bill of sale.
Is everything in the car yours?
I know.
I mean
seriously, you know, I mean, like, everything I pulled out of there from my buddy's house yesterday, out of his garage, I put it in my car. I go through it, I put it in the car. I know my Xbox was missing, I found that, so that was a good thing.
Well, like I said, we're waiting on the K9 and then go from there. If you know there's something in there, like a pipe or something small, or
I wish I could tell you.
I can work with that if there's honesty involved. But again, I'm not calling you a lie.
Hey, I can work with that, right? You got to be kidding me, dude. That's a lie. In other words, if you give me a little bit more evidence so I can put you in torture cuffs and take you to the dungeon, I can work with that because that's going to help me get a promotion, right?
Give you some overtime.
Give me some OT, yeah.
This is just a spiel I give everybody, right? Yeah. But if I have to get a K9 out here and she has to get her K9 and out, all this kind of stuff, and you're not honest with me about it, then we're going to have problems.
Okay, I can go through whatever you really want to. If you want to go through all my stuff, if you want to shake all my clothes and everything else, go right ahead.
At this point, I don't want you to say that I made you feel like you had to give me consent because I brought the dog
That's
up.
a lot of shit. I mean, it's on my clothes, everything else. You open the door, you can see everything there. So you'll dig to that?
I'm not gonna mess nothing up. If that's what you're worried about.
Go ahead, dig to it.
I'm waiting for the canine now.
I'm trying to do, man, go get my check, cash it, get this shit situated, get a room or a place, get a place. Just go on my life. I got 24th, I get the court. And hopefully they settle before then, I'm out.
Like a civil issue to the back?
Yeah, sooner or later. So. But yeah, I just want to get out of Texas. I'm just kind of tired of some people I ran into here and the, you know, just the bullshit, the drama that. And I had no family here, no friends, so I don't want to be here.
I mean, you can tell the guy's down on his luck, right? You can feel that 100%. Now I notice I see a Misfits skeleton. You guys see that? A little skull right there, Misfits. Is that coming from his car?
What's that?
See the skeleton here on the left? I'm kind of moving my mouse around on it.
I'm not seeing it, but I have a small screen right now because I'm driving.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys can see. Give me a bunch of ones if you guys can see the Misfits. That's like the punk rock, the death rock band, the Misfits. It says Misfits right there, and it has that little skull. I'm just wondering.
I just know we got a big time rights violator in the video.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where that's coming from. That's kind of weird. All right.
Who you, bud? All right, I'll get out of your way. Okay, cool. Trying to stay in the shade.
Oh, yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Somebody only about to roll from we're still here.
Okay, yeah, I gotta go grab my girlfriend.
Okay. You want to stand in the shade? You can over here.
I didn't know you knew that.
Yeah, it's over here. No, you can't really lean up against a whole lot, but. Sure, 11, copy on the right way.
Now, Mike, pause it for a second.
Yo.
I want to let you know what he's doing right now is he's actually, sorry you can't see my screen, I'm driving, it's a little dark out here now. What he's doing, Michael, is he's running that guy's in the white truck's tags now that that guy in the white truck left.
Yep.
And you're going to hear him ask what the description of the person that's registered to, because he's suspecting everybody at these hotels of being illegally doing something.
Yeah. A bust. It's a drugs or something, right? Prostitution.
Yeah, that guy that literally just walked and put stuff in his truck right there in front of him.
Yeah.
He's running tags to verify the description of the registered owner.
That is unbelievable. That is crazy. Wow, you caught that. Hold on, I'm going to rewind that a little bit. That's pretty, dude.
Yeah, rewind it about 10 seconds.
That's pretty freaking amazing, dude. Right about here.
I can't see it on screen, but only about 10 seconds. You're going. You might go.
If you know there's something in there, like a pipe or something small, or
yeah, I wish I could tell you.
I can work with that if there's honesty involved. But
I mean, honestly, I tell you,
again, I'm not calling you a liar. This is just a spiel I give everybody, right?
When the guy
But if I
walks
have to get a
past
canine out here, and she has to get her canine out and all this kind of stuff, and no one, you're not honest with me about it, then we're gonna have problems.
Okay, I can go through whatever you really want to. If you want to go through all my stuff, which is a lot of shit, all my clothes, everything else, go right ahead.
At this point, I don't want you to say that I made you feel like you had to give me consent because I brought the dog
That's
up.
a lot of shit. I mean, it's on my clothes, everything else. You open the door, you can see everything there. So you'll dig to that?
I'm not gonna mess nothing up. That's what you're worried about.
Go ahead, dig to it.
I'm waiting for the canine now.
trying to do, man, is go get my check, cash it, get this shit situated, get a room or get a place, just go on my life. I got 24th I go to court. And hopefully they settle before then, I'm out.
Like a civil issue, you're back?
Yeah, sooner or later. But yeah, I just want to get out of Texas. I'm just kind of tired of some people I ran into here and the, just the bullshit drama that. And I had no family here, no friends, so I don't want to be here.
Who you bud?
Here it comes right here.
All right, I'll get out of your way.
There's the misfit right there.
Okay, cool.
Come on a minute, man.
Trying to stay in the shade.
Told you, guys. Told you. See this dude walking by with the t-shirt on?
Yeah, that's the guy.
24th I go to court. And hopefully they settle before then, I'm out.
Like a civil issue, you're back?
Yeah, sooner or later. But yeah, I just want to get out of Texas. I'm just kind of tired of some people I ran into here and the, just the bullshit drama that. And I had no family here, no friends, so I don't want to be here.
Check out this right here. See this guy walking right here?
Now, Mike, keep in mind. I know you're pointing out the misfit shirt, but focus on the mission at hand.
I do.
This is the guy.
I do.
Hold on. This is the guy in the white truck that he's gonna call for the description on. The same guy.
No shit. So the guy wearing the Misfits t-shirt, he's going to run his plates.
Yes.
Okay, so this is my favorite punk band. I saw these guys play at the Olympic Auditorium several times back in the 80s. Check them out. Misfits right there. That's it.
Who you bud?
Misfits.
All right, I'll get out of your way. Okay, cool. Trying to stay in the shade.
So now he's running his plates. You got to be shitting me. That's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Some of them are about to roll, but we're still here.
Okay. Yeah, I got to go grab my girlfriend.
Okay. 'You want to stand in the shade? You can over here.
I didn't know you knew that.
Yeah, it's over here. I know you can't really lean up against a whole lot, but. $211, copy unrelated plate.
He's running that plate on the guy after he walks away.
That's wild, man.
Officer Dickey and the people that are watching this is from the Department of Justice website. Deprivation of rights under color of law. Summary. Section 242 of Title 18 makes it a crime for a person acting under color of any law to willfully deprive a person of a right or privilege protected by the Constitution or laws of the United States, which is also the Fourth Amendment, which is what we're talking about. For the purpose of Section 242, acts under color of law include acts not only done by federal, state, or local officials within their lawful authority, but also acts done beyond the bounds of that official's lawful authority. If the acts are done while the official is purporting to or pretending to act in the performance of his/her official duties, persons acting under color of law within the meaning of this statute include police officers, prison guards, and other law enforcement officials, as well as judges, care providers in public health facilities, and others who are acting as public officials. It is not necessary that the crime be motivated by animus towards the race, color, religion, sex, handicap, familial status, or national origin of the victim. The offense is punishable by a range of imprisonment up to a life term or the death penalty, depending on the circumstances of the crime and the resulting injury, if any. And this is how Title 18, Section 242 reads. Whoever, under color of any law, statute, ordinance, regulation, or custom, willfully subjects any person in any state, territory, commonwealth, possession, or district to the deprivation of any rights, privileges, or immunities secured or protected by the Constitution or laws of the United States shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 1 year or both. And if bodily injury results from the acts committed in violation of this section, or in such acts include the use, attempted use, or threatened use of a dangerous weapon, explosive, or fire, shall be fired under this title or imprisoned not more than 10 years or both. And if death results from the acts committed in violation of this section, or if such acts include kidnapping or an attempt to kidnap, aggravated sexual abuse, or an attempt to commit aggravated sexual abuse, or an attempt to kill, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned for any term of years or for life or both, or may be sentenced to death.
Put your lights on.
No history with it.
Negative. Burleson, SWAT 1.
Well, how many
Sorry, I
you
was
up?
just screaming out a cop to turn his lights on.
To 9.
Yeah, what you need.
Copy a plate and see if you can find. So I'll try to ID the owner.
Try to ID the owner.
That's wild. That is wild, dude.
Looking for a male that's probably like 35 to 40. I'm moving back to PD1.
Now, Mike, pause that for a second.
Yep, hold on. Yes, sir.
Most department policies state what he just did
Yeah.
was illegal.
Okay, tell us why.
Because what you're doing right now is you're not running, you're trying to match up a person with a vehicle that has committed no crime, is parked in a parking lot, in a private parking lot of a hotel.
Yeah.
And you're over here on a traffic stop already extended.
That's wild.
I mean, what do you think you are, freaking super cop? You a super trooper?
Right?
I mean, your sense of smell alone makes you superhero of the year. Wait till you see K9 Sonic arrive and see what happens.
Ready for me to keep rolling?
Yeah, absolutely. I look
All
like
right.
the devil here right now, though.
So you fell, it's none of my business, I'm just curious. You fell through her roof?
I rented the house.
The ceiling?
I rented her house.
Oh, you rented the house,
And I
okay.
remodeled it for her. She has to go upstairs in the attic. I put an attic door in. I fell through. Got 18 feet standing up.
Okay.
Straight on my back. All my bowels moved from my body when it happened. I haven't been able to work really, because it's kind of hard to. Can't stand too long, can't sit too long, can't do it. So that's what we didn't have to do. You get that we fell? See, it's not me.
Okay, well you can see what I can
Yeah,
accuse it, right?
but you see that I'm being honest with you, it's not me.
No,
And, you gotta,
and I wasn't accusing.
I know.
It's the blackhead fitting over here.
So yeah, I mean, like, it's not me. I've been honest with you.
No, I'm not. Have I treated you bad? Oh, have I called you a liar?
I mean, who are you credit card? You're trying to find something on me right now. It's kind of ridiculous.
So, like I said, this area you're staying in, we get some problems out of. Let me finish. And then your behavior when you pulled out is something that people do when they don't want to get caught.
I just was trying to give her a hotel.
And that may be the case.
And here we have Sonic, the K9 German Shepherd breed, about to conduct.
That looks like a Belgian Malinois.
The drug sniff. Sonic was born on December 8th of 2019, which puts him at almost 5 years old. He should have enough experience to have one heck of a nose compared to Officer Dickey.
Can you see where where it looked weird to me? You pull out, you pull back in when I get behind you. Well, I can go straight. You pull me over. But can you see where that looks weird?
I agree, Raymond.
That's all, man.
I checked out, they weren't answering, so I didn't have any more.
Okay.
I dropped my key off. They don't get check the place here. See how much it is. So I'm carrying myself in garlic. So I'm going to garlic.
Dude, I hear you. From my point of view, it looks kind of weird. Not saying that you're a criminal or doing anything wrong.
Oh, it's stuck in the mud.
This is K9 Officer Rachel Auso, who just made a comment about stepping in the mud. Sounds a little girly to me. Anyways, she's not involved other than coming out and handling Sonic for a free drug sniff.
Pill bottle. Yeah, I see it.
Hold on.
Wait, is this the one that has the that OnlyFans channel?
She looks like she could. She is kind of hot.
No, I think she is, dude. I'm gonna send you.
No, that's not Rachel Auso. Trust me, I wish it was. I'd sign
Dude,
up.
I'm telling you right now, there is this girl. I think she's a Texas one, and she's got an OnlyFans channel. And she is a dog handler. She's all tatted out, but you don't see it, when she's wearing all covered up. But super hot. I'm gonna try to find it. If you guys think that she's the OnlyFans chick, send me the link so I can prove to BZ that she's the OnlyFans dog chick.
If she is, bro, send it. I'm all.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Marine. Hoorah.
Stuck in a pothole.
Hold on. I got it. So we got it right here. Jay says she's hot. Guys, give me a bunch of ones on a scale of 1 to 10. How hot is she on a 1 to 10? I want to see him in the sidebar. 1 to 10, 10 being hot.
And she's a shorty because the dog's walking her. She's not walking the dog.
Yeah, I want to see it. 1 to 10, guys. I want to see it right now. 1 to 10. How hot is she?
She's about an 8.5 for Texas.
You think so? Well, yeah, Texas does have some pretty hot women.
Should I make it hit or something? Or just she can, if you have a question first, she can explain it to you. But that's how you like present.
Officer John Mark Dickey should be our new Superman of Metropolis here because his super sense of smell was so great to smell just a hint of marijuana that even Sonic the K9 could not pick it up himself. Wow, he's a real hero violating this man.
So the dog knows what he's searching? I don't know. We have to ask her. No? Okay. So hear me out. You got to get your registration done first of all. Okay. All right. Are you working now?
Side work. Like, I work daily, but I work for Precedent here. Okay. I work for Garland. And it may be that I'm busy, so I'm going to pick up that, and I'm going to take over. And actually, I wanted my money get done like we do. I'll give it a whole car and buy a new one. But I will get it over. It's not a bad looking car. But hear me out. Do you understand? 25 or 220,000 miles. Do you have any questions for her? Okay. Do you understand? Does that make sense? Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know what I'm not sitting over saying you're a criminal, but with the area you're in and that behavior that happened, it's weird to me. I car influence more than that, but I apologize. It's all good, man. You just don't want it all the way around. Cool? Good. Let me get out from behind you, okay? Okay, you're good. Good to go. Thank you. Absolutely. Yep. I think this lady over here filming.
Yeah, they're talking about Texas Gal Audits filming them.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. I think I found her. Is this her?
I can't blow it up enough. What? I don't think it is.
Hold on. Well, even if it's not, I'll for all the men in the sidebar, I've got to give them all an opportunity to watch this for about a couple of minutes. Don't you agree, guys? Hold on. Let me see if I can blow it up a little bit this way. How's that? See it better, BZ?
No, I'm driving, bro. I'm not on the PC or anything, so I can't.
Oh, got it. Hold on. Let me try. See the face?
I mean, there's similar characteristics, but you know what? When a pig wears pig's clothing, they all look alike, bro.
Okay. I just want to make sure. It says Sneed County Sheriff.
Look alike.
Says Sneed County Sheriff's Department. Guys,
Yeah,
if this
definitely not her.
okay,
Definitely not
so
her.
sidebar. Give me a 1 if this one's hotter than the Texas one. So give me a 1 if this one's hotter and a 2 if the Texas one's hotter. Give it to me, guys. Let's see. Girls are allowed to vote too. All right, let's get back to the beautiful bean footage.
Take both at the same time.
What's that?
I said I'll vote 3. They're both equally hot. I'll take both at the same time as long as they bring you furry torture cuffs.
Like button, subscribe button, comment down below, share on all your social media, share with your friends, family, co-workers. Get the word out that when you get stopped by the police, you should always invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. They are asking you questions to self-incriminate you, and also
Amen.
do not consent to any searches or seizures without a search warrant or probable cause. No consents are allowed.
Hey, freaking man. Good job, BZ. Give me a bunch of 1s, guys, in the sidebar for BZ Watchdog's amazing, beautiful bean footage. Let's see it.
Oh, keep going. It's not done.
All right. Well, I'm not done either. I'm just trying to get back over here to see the 1s. Nobody's voting on the hotness of the. There we go. Okay, so the first hotness score of 1s just came in. Can you believe that? All right.
Well, it's
guys,
it's a pig, man. It's a pig.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our video for tonight's special on Officer Dickey. This is BZ Watchdog, always bringing you the real news. And with that being said, I'm going to sign off. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Here it is.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
How about that?
How about that? Yeah. So just because I'm curious, I still haven't gotten a vote about the hotness scale. Now,
I know. Get off the hotness and break down the legal analysis of that stop as a lawyer. How about that?
Well, I do. I just really quick. So how is it that a female cop gets an OnlyFans account? That's what I'm trying to understand. Just confusing to me.
No, I'm sure she's no longer a cop after that word got out.
You think? I don't know, man. Nowadays, she might get a promotion. Okay. So as
last time the teacher did it, she got fired.
Well, this is a cop, though, you know, like. Anyways. So as far as, like, from a lawyer's perspective, obviously the cop was talking out of his butt. There was no marijuana. There was no marijuana smell. That was just all just pretextual. He could probably tell the guy looks like he's a druggie, you know. He kind of sounded like one, to be honest, BZ. And he even
if anything, I'd go with the meth. You know, meth them around instead of the weed. I mean, Dickey.
Yeah.
Weed brings you down. Meth brings you up. At least go with the meth with the way he was talking.
Yeah, he sounded like meth. Yeah, you're right. He did seem, but he did. I think he admitted that he had been a heroin addict once in the past, right?
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with weed, man.
No. But from the cop's perspective, that's an admission that he does felonious, illegal, scheduled drugs, and so to him that gives him a green light to probably try to detain him further. I'm just telling you guys, you never want to participate. You never want to volunteer information, because if you admit to doing drugs, that means that you've admitted to being a criminal in the eyes of the cop.
And another thing that they could have gotten you for too. Let's say you got a girlfriend and you're married, and when he asked if those credit cards are yours and you happen to have one of hers in your wallet,
yeah,
and he checked it and saw that name, and he goes, "Well, it says, well, that's my wife's. Well, you said they were all yours. Now you just lied to a cop."
Yeah.
And they got you on falsifying a statement to an officer. That's
well, they can try.
Well, I mean, look at Carolina with falsifying an alarm. I mean, come on, dude.
Well, yeah, that was a bullshit charge. I can't believe that they're even moving. forward with that case. That's just bullshit, man.
And then a cop last night or 2 nights ago lied to her and told her, she really believed him, and I really knew that the cop, what he was doing, he was telling me when she goes, is Kruger out here? Yeah, I think he's down that way. And she believed it and left. All he did was got rid of her so he can scram.
Yeah.
And
That's wild.
she's over there pissed off for like 20 minutes looking for him. I've already got it. I've already talked to the internal affairs guy. The guy is on modified assignment on desk duty. Speaking of which, between me, Carolina, and Texas Gal Audits, we went down and filed some complaints in help for a victim who was, I can talk about this now a little bit. It's something that I had going on with Texas Gal Audits, and we brought Carolina in to internal affairs with the victim. And what happened was the boyfriend beat her. She had it on video. She was bloodied. When the cops showed up, it was her apartment. The cops did not arrest him. He was there inside, hiding inside the apartment. They wouldn't let her go back and get her phone with the evidence on it. They took her to the hospital where she accrued $8,000 in medical bills.
Wow.
They dropped her off at a battered women's shelter and said a caseworker will be with you in 3 days. And in the meantime, they weren't really being compassionate or trying to tell her the CAD number or identify themselves. The one cop obviously could tell she couldn't really see, and he kept trying to hand her a clipboard at the hospital to fill out a statement. I mean, there's like no compassion. Well, she didn't hear from a caseworker after 3 days, called the detective, pressured the detective, finally filed charges after like months on end of her pressing the matter.
Yeah.
And they filed misdemeanor charges when they were supposed to be felony charges, because I've seen the video. I've got the video. I just can't release it. It's pretty graphic. But there was strangulation involved. And while we were all sitting down in internal affairs, I had came in late. They weren't taking Texas Gal, the victim, or Carolina serious, but the guy didn't know it was Carolina yet. Thought it was just another female. So when I walked in, I sat down with Brownie, and I sat there and listened for a minute. And this was live on their stream because they were live streaming. I wasn't. I just walked in. And they made a comment, and I basically, the victim is, we joke about all the time. She said I got crazy eyes. My eyes got all big. I look like they're bugged out, like out of a cartoon, like or I was going to hurt the guy. and basically, I went off on this dude and said, how is this a misdemeanor? This is a felony. Strangulation of a family member or domestic partner is a felony in Texas. And he agreed, took me serious. And I said, I mean, you guys already dumped Carolina over here on her head. I mean, you guys cover up everything. And of course, I was very angry at Fort Worth PD and their internal affairs, because I've already dealt with them a couple times and they did nothing. And he did this like triple head snap looking at Carolina and goes, that's Carolina? And she just smiles and waves at him. And it's like, yeah, that's Carolina, buddy.
Right on.
And I'll tell you right now, they went up, they went checked on the case, and they basically checked on the Kruger thing for us. When it was all said and done, the dude said things will happen. That's why we saw my video where the SWAT team was out in one day, a few days after that happened, in full force, literally rounding up everybody's warrants because they weren't doing shit. That was the most amount of cops I've ever seen in Fort Worth in my life, combined, and all the time I've ever spent here. And they had them all out in one day in force, serving warrants on people they should have been serving warrants a lot long. So bottom line is, we got all this done. I went by the house of the guy that beat up the girlfriend. And by the way, I forgot to mention, he used to be a former Fort Worth Police Department employee working in the evidence locker.
Wow.
So these guys knew who he was. That's why I think they didn't do anything. And so with all this being said, I drove by the house. I spotted the SOB, put him on camera, videoing him. He looked right at me. I took a snapshot. I sent it to her. She confirmed that it was him. She told me to call the detective. They didn't answer. I called 311. They said somebody would be there or call me. I waited 2 hours sitting on the house to make sure he didn't leave. Never got a phone call. Never showed up. Had to go charge the Tesla. Went back to the Northside Division police department, gave the sergeant an earful, and then a couple days later they got a warrant to ping the phone. His phone had been turned off, and when it finally came on, he was in a different county, and then they couldn't get him, so they were working with the next county over, trying to serve this misdemeanor warrant that's going to be upgraded to a felony warrant, which wasn't. And then it was just a whole cluster F. And then eventually, after I went by the dad's house again, about last week or so, the dad spotted me in the red Tesla because we're so obvious, and so inconspicuous that the father,
my
I
Lord.
think, called the son. Because
That's
2 hours
wild.
later, after they had already approached the son 2 days before, I think they were sitting on the house. Because 2 hours after I showed up at the house, that they arrested him at the dad's house and took him into custody, where he was waiting on bond for a couple of days. Now it's in the hands of the jury or the DA to bring it up to the grand jury, from what I'm hearing, to try to up the charges to a felony. So that way this is, I'm gonna let you guys know, this domestic violence escalated real quick within 30 days. It went from a kind of not of a playful smack on of an ass to like a royal WWF beatdown. I mean, all in 30 days. Okay, so guys, women, ladies, if you're a victim of domestic violence or you see the signs, get out as quick as you can. Email me, reach out to me. I'll try to help you. Sometimes we do have to get law enforcement involved. If they're not willing, guess what? Cameras do make a difference when you've got them in their face in internal affairs.
You got that right, brother.
Heads will roll. If they don't, the media will have fun with it. They say to serve and protect. Well, the protecting was over. It's now that there's a crime and a victim. Let's do something instead of patrolling hotel parking lots and trying to go on a fishing expedition.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's all
I'm with you there.
and that's all I'm really saying. But I do have some other cases, stories, whatever you want to call them, that I am actively working on.
Okay.
This downtime of trying to get over my sinus and allergy issues that I've got has allowed me to work on them a little bit more. But there is some more good content coming. I am for right now getting away from the traditional audits of public buildings.
Yeah.
Because the way I'm seeing it is I can go into a city building, county building, a state building, have no problem. But the minute I run into a federal building, they cry and call the local cops, and that's where we're having issues. The local cops need to be educated. The departments need to be educated first, because these are the knuckleheads they're calling for help. And when they get called and they can sit there and go, well, what do you want me to do? He has every right to film. Then that shit will stop.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to have anybody to call. And you can only cry wolf so many times.
That's true.
So I'm working and focusing on the lower level. I'm also doing open records for First Amendment training of these departments. I'm gathering names, training records, disciplinary records, what departments they've come and gone from.
Yeah.
I'm trying to identify the bad ones versus the good ones. I'm trying to highlight the good ones and humiliate or get the bad ones held accountable for their actions.
Yep.
You and I have talked about some things on the backside that I'm not ready to release yet.
Yeah.
We are working on some things about the data part of it, and then some futuristic stuff that will be able to identify these cops as a bad or good as a regular civilian. And I really don't want to go into that just yet.
Yeah.
Because we're working on this, and right now this is the 1 year gathering information year that it's going to take to do this.
Minimum.
But yeah, guys, there's a lot of good things fixing to roll out. As soon as I get some information back on this lieutenant, which is disciplinary and training records, I'll be putting that video together. But yeah, I mean, outside of that, I mean, I did the Thor Procise one about 9 days ago. And Mike, if you go and just Google Thor Procise in Google,
Yeah.
My video shows up like 3 or 4 times on the first page.
Sweet. That's awesome, dude.
So I
Very
hope he
good.
I hope he Googles himself and sees how big of an asshole he was. And hopefully
Well-
he doesn't do this to people right here. Mav.
Where are your papers? Mav, where are they? Oh, you don't have any papers? To the concentration camp with you.
To the concentration camp with you. Nice.
That's my favorite part, man.
That is great. Hey, so I got another cool one that I wanted to share with you guys. Hopefully BZ can stay with me for a little bit longer. But this is from the UK. Check it out.
Is he beating a man in a wheelchair? Bro, is that guy running away?
Olha lá, tá vendo como é que razão? Olha lá o porco. Ganda pico, olha lá. Olha o homem, um porco daquele, viu? Não tem nome na perna, mano. Pô, estás a ver como é que razão? Pico. Ganda porco. Ganda porco. Ganda porco, olha lá.
I mean, are you kidding me? That's insane,
Oh
right?
my God, they only beat people when they're helpless. That's the crazy part.
That is just wild to me that would happen. So now look, I also found this. So I was kind of hoping you guys would stick around for a while, at least in the sidebar. I know you've been on for like over 2 hours.
Look at this. Look at this.
Look at that. That's awesome, man.
You can't say no to this face. Oh, well, Brownie, look over here, buddy. Look, Brownie, come say hi to everybody. Look, come here. Good Lord, look at him. He's excited. Brownie. Do that again. Do the bark again, Mike. He's barking he's barking at the speaker, man.
You guys probably think I'm the craziest lawyer on the planet, don't you?
Bro, I
Hey,
had
so-
Chuck Bronson out the side of his car today on my live stream barking at Brownie, and he's barking
That's cool.
out the side of the window back at him. All the way going down the street on a live stream. I mean, everybody's crazy today, but it's all good. We're all having fun. That's the point.
Right on. Hey, BZ, just so you know, your sound is sounds kind of like you're far away, just so you know.
That's because I'm fixing to get out of the car, bro.
All right. So listen, guys, I'm going to play this video. This guy allegedly is the best cop watcher. They call him the GOAT of cop watchers.
Nah.
I just want you guys to watch this and tell me what you think of this guy compared to huh?
Nah. Goat watch and get it.
Oh, yeah. I want you guys to tell me if you think he's better than Chili. I just want to, because they say he's the GOAT. So let's check it out.
We'll see it. We'll check it out.
Yeah.
That ain't how it works. That ain't how it works. I'll tell you what it is. It's going to be what I say. All right? That's what it's going to be. It's going to be what I say.
All right, so can you turn around, put your hands behind your back?
No.
Oh, wait, should I be playing this one, man? Okay, probably not, huh? Let's find a better one. This, I don't think this guy likes us.
Who?
This Direct D guy, he always talks trash on us and stuff. So probably.
Let him talk trash, man. You know what? That's the only 1A guy I won't support.
I'd
And I'm gonna say that publicly. You
black
know why?
people
I don't care how
through
big
the
his
70s,
is.
through the
That
into
guy-
the 60s when Terry versus Ohio was
Hey,
passed.
pause it for a second. Pause it. I got
Yeah.
more words to say. Pause it. Reason
Yeah.
I won't support that 1A a-hole is because you know what?
What?
He has no integrity, no moral, no ethics. He allowed DMA to get arrested for something he did and not DMA. So
Oh, that's messed up. I remember you were talking about that.
I
That's
cannot
messed up.
back somebody that would do something so stupid and allow somebody to take the fall for it. Now, don't get me wrong. DMA will get out of it. But that's beside the point.
Yeah.
Because you know what? He's lucky he didn't get his truck impounded. He's lucky he didn't have other things happen. So and then Direct D wants to go around and talk shit about everybody. So you know what? We're supposed to be backing everybody. That's the one person I will not back. Everybody else, I don't care if you screw up. I'd even back PayPal Patty. The guy's a little crazy and gets arrested. It might be great for content, but Direct D, that's the one guy that is running from the law with all these warrants. He creates trouble, and he's never accountable for his own actions. And that's worse than someone going out there and trying to hold cops accountable. So go ahead, man. I want to hear your little chili dog. So let him talk.
Yeah, let's let Chili do some talking now. Looks like all of our audience is over there now. Look, there they are. I was wondering where everybody went. What's the matter, you?
Is Chili online?
Yeah, looks like he's live, man. I just gave him an OTVO in the sidebar. You should go over there and talk to him. Hold on.
Be an activist. Put a one in the chat if the cops made you an activist. Put a one in the chat if the cops made you an activist.
Yeah, let me give him a bunch of ones. I'm going to go ahead and
get a lot. See how many people here, if the cops made them.
The obstruction charges against Hycola were dropped last August. A year after the incident is when Hycola filed the lawsuit, which just came to rest this week. Along with the settlement, Ada County also agreed to put their officers through additional scenario-based training. Joe,
more training. He gets $250,000 for them putting him up against the rail, and then he pooped his
Give me
pants
a bunch of ones for Chili
because they slammed him so hard against that rail, and he had back surgery. So $250,000 for that. I wonder what they're going to give for locking someone up for 4 months when the cop lied on the stand, the DA lied to prosecute, and the judge was biased and unprincipled. Just completely and utterly biased and unprincipled. So let me just real quick here. I'm just going to.
Me too, Aaron.
Just going to give a call real quick over to Ada County here. Just real fast. Ada County, Oklahoma. Ada County, Oklahoma.
It's kind of late, though, to call him, isn't it?
County Central Dispatch. How can I help you?
Is this Ada County?
No, it's Ada, Oklahoma.
Is this the Ada County Police Department?
No, we don't have an Ada County. It's Pontotoc County.
Oh, okay. So is it the Ada Police, though? ADA?
The city of Ada, yeah.
Yeah, so this is the dispatch for them?
Correct.
So can I talk to the watch commander, please?
Okay, what do you need to speak with him about?
Well, just, you know, I'm a citizen, and I want to talk with him. Is that all right? Is there a criteria here that has to be? I mean, you guys aren't too busy in Ada, are you?
I need a reason you need to speak with him. Just brief.
Hello.
Yeah, I need to talk to him. I'm a concerned citizen.
Okay, what was your name?
My name's Chili, Chille. My legal name's Jose Maria. If you want to call me Jose, you can call me Jose if you'd like to.
What a beast.
Is it the 547-9009?
Yeah, you can reach me there.
You know, if he just puts on that non-emergency number, refuses to hang
Well, I mean,
up on it.
is it like a screening process? Is that what's going on?
Hello is for suckers.
Hello is for suckers.
What he needs to be, what he's going to be talking to you about.
Yeah, I mean, is
How urgent it is.
I mean, it's urgent. I'm on the phone now. I could talk to him right now. I mean, it won't take more than 5 minutes of his time.
That's right.
Okay, yeah, I can't have you talk to him right now. He's on a call. I'd have to have him call you back.
He's on a call.
Yeah.
Did you have you guys heard about this thing going around about the guy they slammed into the rail and he had to he pooped his pants? Have you heard about that? Has anybody called you guys about that?
That doesn't sound familiar. Do you know where that happened at?
Yeah, at the Ada Police Department right there in Oklahoma. The 70-year-old man went in there and they attacked him. The cops attacked him. And then it's ironically funny because then they paid out $250,000 for this man who they savagely attacked. And then they said they're going to give more training to the cops.
He's trying not to laugh at what I put up there.
I'm a representative of, hundreds of thousands of people. And I would say that the majority of the people who I represent, we don't want more training. We want to see the cops who assaulted the man be charged with assault. That's what we want to
When
see.
that happened?
Yeah, hold on a second. I'll tell you the date. Give me 1 second here.
Chili's trying.
Yeah, super chat.
Yeah,
right
that
on.
would have been on July 1st, 2024. The gentleman's name was Mick
Check it out. Hold on, guys. I want to show you
Hikola.
something really quick.
Mick
Easy
Hikola.
Watchdog
July
Super
1st,
Chat.
2024. So
Super
that wasn't
BZ.
too long ago.
Woo-hoo!
That was just less than a month ago. You didn't hear it?
Did you spell its
That
first
was
name?
cool, dude.
Sure. Mick and last name Heikkola.
Oh, I thought he was about to spell me.
Heikkola. But the thing is that, you know, this is what I wanted to get across to the commander, the chief, the lieutenant, the major, whatever army game they think they're playing with domesticated Americans.
Army game.
We don't give a hoot. I'm keeping it respectful with you here. We don't give a hoot about your more training. We don't care. We want to see cops fired and charged with criminal charges. That's what we want to see.
We don't
Okay,
stop.
so,
OTVO.
2 days, I don't work for the police department, and I don't find anything on that date with that person's name.
No.
So are you absolutely 100%
Thanks,
sure that
JJ.
that happened in Ada, Oklahoma?
Maybe it's another Ada police department. Could it be that?
Well, there's a lot of Adas around.
Oh, it's
That's why when you said Ada County, there is an Ada County somewhere. I can't remember where it is.
right.
But we get calls all the time of people calling for Ada County, and it's
Oh,
not
you do?
here. Yeah.
So
Not about what you're talking about, just trying to report normal stuff.
well, it's not that. It's that, you know, what we're finding is that this says Oklahoma. That's what it says.
Oh. I'm not sure.
Do you think
'Cause I looked for you, and I searched by his name, and I don't see anything.
so this is saying local news here, Ada County Sheriff's Office. Is there one of those?
Yeah, that sounds like it might be somewhere else.
Oh, it's in Boise, Idaho. Okay. So we're gonna
there you
call
go.
I'm not the hoe. We're gonna call to Idaho. You see, so this is the reason why I'm glad I didn't point a verbal cannon at you, because you didn't do it, and you're
What you said didn't ring any bells with me, and that wasn't that long ago. So I thought
right.
that didn't make a whole lot of sense, you know.
Well, then I'm going to take my big brass band and we're going to call
All
over
right.
to Boise.
Well,
But, you know,
I
don't
think,
let this slip you, though.
Hold on a minute, man.
You know, because you're.
So I think, guys, I'm tired, man. I am exhausted. What about you, BZ?
I'm gonna get some dinner together and watch Chili anyways. So
Me too. Yeah.
appreciate playing that video, and hopefully everybody on the channel learned something new tonight.
Yeah.
And besides, I mean, the old shit of cops just being.
Right.
Yeah. Make sure to get my book too.
Oh yeah, you don't want to buy that book.
Yeah, you don't want to buy the soft cover because it's not available, but I have the
Actually,
digital.
you know what? Since that copy you have is an actual soft copy right there.
Yeah.
There is somebody that's been waiting on his copy that donated $20 back before you had that thing produced. And his name is Let's OTVO. He's been waiting for a copy. And every time
he bought one, Let's OTVO bought one of my ebooks.
No, he gave you $20 back before you had that thing printed.
Oh.
I will wait for the soft copy.
Well, I the only thing that I have available right now is the digital.
Nope. He's old. And he has, you know what? He needs the physical copy.
Well, I'm working on trying to get something beyond my prototype. So
You gotta go find one together for him.
But you guys, if you want to get a copy of the digital version, you can go to my YouTube page, and I'll just show you really quick.
Man, you swindler! You took his $20. They promised him a soft copy.
Well, when I have a soft copy available, so
you have one right there in your hand.
It's a mock-up though. It's not.
Oh, come on.
So
in other words,
if you guys want to get a copy of my ebook, it's available for $19.99, and you go to my YouTube page there on the front and just click on more.
Home fast and want the hard copy so I can highlight
there. And so I'm working on two versions. I'm working on trying to get a hard copy, which we think we can bring to market for around 50, and we think we can bring the soft cover for around 30 something. the problem is all the people that I've tried to do book deals with, they all want like almost all the money to publish the book. So I'm trying to figure out a way to fund it myself, so I don't have to deal with these publishers, because they don't even help you really market. It just doesn't make any sense. Hey, Let's OTVO, good seeing you in Braille suit. You're gonna need it in Braille. That's hilarious. Good seeing you, Let's OTVO. Give me a bunch of ones for Let's OTVO, our favorite moderator. And let's see who else. And I'm just looking at everybody. Thank you, Lawyer Dog, for showing up. It looks like probably a lot of people are headed over to Chili's channel. Everybody should go over there.
You know who Lawyer Dog is, right?
No, I don't.
It's I Am God.
Oh, I Am God came back as Lawyer Dog. That's cool. That's awesome.
He's been doing some stuff pro se, I remember correctly. So
that's cool. Well, thanks for showing up, Dr. Donna Walter. Thank you, Let's OTVO, for joining us. Pluto Boy, I really appreciate all your support. Thanks for coming in today, BZ, and sharing that beautiful bean footage. BZ, you're really doing a great job with the public records requests and all the body cam footage. It's absolutely amazing.
anytime
Great
you
work.
cover, I'll be more than happy to give away my free content.
And then 6 Gun 61 Tracks. Thanks for showing up. JJ Martinez, we love you too, brother. And guys, if you have any questions about different types of content you'd like me to talk about, if you have any other issues besides Cop Watch, I mean, it could be a traffic accident that you want me to look at to see who's at fault. It could be a slip and fall at a restaurant. It could be anything. I mean, I'm a lawyer, so it doesn't just have to be about cops, but it could be a police shooting, tight handcuff case, something you want me to break down, a legal issue, contract law, whatever it is. Just let BZ Watchdog or me know, and we'll come up with something fun for you. BZ, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out unless you've got anything else you want to say.
Nah, brother, I'm ready to watch a little chili, eat my dinner, and pass out. It's late.
All right, guys. So with that being said, make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to save, because we never know when the thought police are going to take down this channel.
Never know when Officer Dickey's going to get you, because he is thinking about a thought crime.
Semper Fi, do or die, guys. Talk to you soon.